steel, a giant stands, a mech with heavy pants commands, each step a quake, a thunderous might, eyes aglow in the endless night. A saint beneath, dark and vast, power fierce, shadows cast, a mighty tank beneath its core, a warrior spirit, ancient lore. Welcome tainted, a lace-up tunic or medieval hoodie. Welcome tainted, let's talk about color, or should we? Welcome tainted, thinking outside the blocks. Welcome tainted, thanks for joining us, you rock. And have your fun hole rocks. Welcome tainted. Enjoy the chronicles out outside. Welcome tainted. Thinking outside the blocks. Welcome tainted. Thanks for joining us, you rock.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for Think Outside the Blocks, your official weekly Brickworld live stream, where we talk to you about thinking outside of the perceived rigidity of the Lego medium, but also thinking outside of your creative mental blocks. I, of course, am one of your hosts, Mark Larson, Chief Brick Officer of Brickworld, and this guy, the guy on my left, everybody's favorite host, Mr. Ben Hauger, Z Cerberus. How are you doing this week, sir?
I'm doing all right, Mark. I don't know if you know this. It is Brickworld week.
What?
It is, and
so
that
means I have to load a truck and move into the hotel tomorrow. I'm not ready.
Yeah, you do. So who knows? I saw
That's a
Lego
shock to me.
Yeah, I saw Lego Team B. So Chris and Jess are in the Renaissance already.
Yeah, they've been in Chicago since Friday at least. They're on the Magnificent Mile then, and they're making a whole thing out of it.
Yeah. So we're still going to end up talking a lot because that's what we do on this stream.
Yeah.
But we've still got things to finish.
Yes.
I'm not done with all my Brickworld stuff. I don't know about you.
I'm going to be doing some on-site building. That's for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to happen. I don't know when. So it'll be a close call. That's what it will be. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, before we get to the run of show, let's see who's here.
Let's do that.
Getting hyped, Alphonse Suit Person.
Alphonse.
He's getting inside the brick, which is not exactly the name of the show, but
Yeah, close enough. Yeah, sure.
Brick Orphanage says hello. Starfish Bricks is giving us a hype.
What's up,
VMAX excited. Rob Claxton's here, giving everyone a what's up. We already mentioned Lego Team B.
Hey,
at the Rennie already.
Yeah, there's quite a few people at the Renaissance already. Ostif was there.
Okay.
Who are these other? Padawan HQ was there. Maul's Vengeance was there.
Wow.
Yeah, some of the influencers moved in on Saturday.
Ooh, all right.
Yeah.
The Tanya of Tainted, represented by Brick Dead Builds, is here.
Yeah, definitely.
Cooper Copper Kayak, aka Get Cooped, is here.
Get Cooped, what's up?
Goff is here. Let's see here. Brick Dead Builds is telling us this is the Chicago Run-Up Show. Yes, it is.
Sure is.
Connor's here. Philip Camus is here. And General Tron Bricks is here as well.
Nice.
And I don't know if you know this, Mark, but what do you think our letter is going into Chicago?
I don't remember.
It's C, my friend.
Because I said so. Oh, yeah, I know. Yes. Yeah. Cuteness overload, of course. Yes. But yeah, there's some COVID in the house.
Yeah. So our today's show brought to you by C. We're going to talk Chicago. We're going to talk about our weeks, which involve lots of things. There's another C I did not put on here. That is going to be very intense, but we're going to talk about it. Then we're going to talk about our builds in Cherry Blossoms and Computer this week. Cuteness overload for the news. There's really two main news things for Lego, both of which could be described in some ways as cute. Then we're going to talk about cut or keep or cut or come. Basically, should something come to Chicago or should we cut it loose because we're not going to get to it?
I've got one thing, so we'll see.
Yeah, we've got a close call. And then we'll catch you in Chicago this coming week or 2 weeks from now, since we won't do a show Sunday, as we'll be closing Brickworld Chicago, and Mark and I will be possibly hanging out together. Who knows?
Yeah, we definitely will. That's where I will be wherever Ben is. I mean, no, I won't. I'll be very far away from Ben, so don't look for me there.
Yeah, don't.
C for chaos. Yeah, that is for sure.
Don't
P
look
for
for
panic.
either of us.
Not
P
the
for
letter
panic, nope.
of the week, but it's C for panic because there is a C in the word at least.
Yep.
Um,
Patrick Bavier is
there we
here.
go.
Or we like to say Bavier
Bobby.
because we're fancy like that.
We're fancy.
Nick Gamer is here, giving us the
Nick Gamer.
greetings. Hawkeye
The-
Lego Man.
The Bishop family is also here.
And
Yep.
the Bishop family. Yep. In the house as well. So, Chicago. Mark,
Yeah.
what do you got to tell us? Anything exciting?
I would have if I hadn't gotten in here at the very last second. Lots of
Or
stuff
2
going
minutes
on.
late. That's all right.
Yeah, or that's the very last second. So maybe we'll come back to Chicago once I pull up some of our sponsors, and we do that after. We'll talk about sponsors after we show off our builds. Huh?
Okay. Well, then I'll talk about my week because you can work on something while I tell you about my 3 things, even though I only have 2 because the COVID, unfortunately, is your story.
Yeah. Oops.
Yeah, but we're going to talk about lacrosse or cross. I got in a little bit of trouble at Mara's little tournament yesterday. Cherry Coke wins, and then the one that's not on here that we need to add is Cinder Catastrophe.
Oh no, what happened?
Yeah, so we'll get to that one third.
I don't
So
like the name of that one.
Yeah, let's start with lacrosse. My daughter had a 3-game tournament this weekend. I was able to go to the 2 games on Saturday. The second game, I got myself in trouble because the scorekeeper, after Mars team scored a goal, put the score on the wrong team. So that causes a 2-goal difference if you don't know that, because you don't get the goal and the other team does. So I went over to inform her of that. She became very upset with me. So I got myself in a little bit of trouble. They lost that game. But they won their other 2. So
did they get the goal put back on their side of the score? What? No,
it continued to be wrong. Yes. And I'm like, it's one thing like if you score a goal and it was a ref should have called a penalty or something and didn't. It's another thing if a goal is scored and you just straight up put it on the wrong team's.
And did anyone else talk to her about this?
Well, the referee wasn't very good. So he just kept rolling. He didn't really stop anything. And I told the coach and she overheard me and then asked about it. But it's like, well, and what are you going to do? But their 2 wins at this tournament is 2 more wins than they had all of last season.
That's great.
Yeah. So they have a winning record and they are already playing much better than they did last year.
That's much more positive than I expected from things I've heard.
Yeah. Yeah. And Mara played tough. She still, I think, struggles a little bit with knowing what she's supposed to be doing. So we'll continue to work on that. She has some of the fundamentals down, but it's, getting into the right place at the right time. We need to work on that a little bit, or she needs to work on that. I try not to coach her too much. I coach Miles a little bit more.
Okay.
But he seems to be more interested in that than she is. All right. Cherry Coke wins. Why does Cherry Coke win? Well, I had an eye that was bothering me earlier this week, probably from staying up too late working on my build.
That'll do it.
Yeah, so I went to get some eye drops, and I went to a different Target than the one I normally go to. And the reason I went to this different Target is because my Target, my local one, stopped carrying Cherry Coke. Why? Because they're evil. It's the only reason.
Yes.
So I went to this different one, and while I was there, I noticed there seemed to be a lot of Series 24 minifigures on the racks up by the checkouts. So I scanned the boxes. I stopped scanning them a long time ago, looking for Wolfpack Beastmasters because, they're nowhere to be found now. I found 11, Mark.
Oh my
11
goodness.
Wolfpack Beastmasters at that Target.
It's a good thing your local Target stopped carrying Cherry Coke. Otherwise, you wouldn't have found 11 Wolfpack Beastmasters at that new Target with your eye drops.
It was crazy. So I got the eye drops, I got the Cherry Coke, and 11 Beastmasters. Did I need 11? Probably not, but I bought all 11 anyway.
It sounds like 11. You found a new. Yeah. Sounds like you found a new Target to go to as well.
Yeah, I go to that one sometimes. It kind of depends, but definitely a good deal. Okay. Last but not least, Cinder Catastrophe.
Okay, what happened?
All right, so we've got this cat. His name is Cinder. He's adorable, very sweet. All this other stuff. The problem with Cinder, he's an indoor cat, is that he's still a kitten. He's like 8 months old, but he's still curious, and he likes to go wherever we go. We like try to keep him out of places by closing the door, and he doesn't care about that. So he oftentimes, if my hands are full, will come through a door and I can't stop him. What? Look at this guy.
Ooh.
Rob Claxton. I found 18 Beastmasters. Anyway, so
Well, dang.
yeah, 12 on Alphonse suit person found. So lots of people are getting away with them. Anyway, so I had my hands full. I was going into the bathroom to shower and get dressed, and Cinder followed me in there. So I said, fine, I can't kick him out. I left the door open and I put my clothes down. I decided I was going to go in the hot tub quick before I showered, actually.
Oh, no.
So I had my swimsuit there. I started going to the bathroom, an actual morning bathroom routine.
Yeah. And
Cinder decided to jump up on the window ledge. I opened the window for reasons we won't mention. And Cinder was looking out the window, and I was taking a look at my schedule on my phone, see when I had to make sure I was getting out of there and everything else for my work day. And I noticed all of a sudden Cinder was missing. Like, where did he go? He was up on the ledge next to my shoulder looking out the window. I looked down around the toilet. I didn't see him. He didn't go out the door. I looked back over my shoulder. The screen window was pushed out, and Cinder fell out the window.
Oh, no.
Onto the ground outside.
Oh, my gosh.
He's not an outdoor cat. He is chipped, but he doesn't have a collar, and he does not like being outside. So I had to quickly scramble to, get myself dressed up enough to see what had happened to him.
You were in a specific position at the time.
I was indeed, yes. And I went outside and he was sitting right under the window, but he gets very scared when we open the front door. He's terrified of the front door, and I don't know why. So as soon as I opened it, he booked it into the neighbor's yard. So I had to try to catch him. I went around the hedge to go to the neighbor's yard. Apparently he doubled back and I didn't see him, but my wife caught him on the rig camera. And he tried to re-enter the house through the screen door that was closed, just ran straight up, boom, right into the door. So I had Rachel open the door, but he was so terrified. He was running away from me, and he normally loves me, of course.
Right. Well, he ran away from the sound of the door, to be fair. He wasn't running away from you. He is
scared of the sound of the door for sure. Yeah. He ended up jumping back up through the same window. I hadn't reclosed it. Jumped up through the same window, past the screen, and back into the bathroom. But he was outside for about 12 minutes. It was very stressful for me and my wife trying to catch him, especially when he went into the neighbor's yard and I went around the hedge to try to catch him. He doubled back. I didn't know it, so I had no idea where he was for about 5 minutes. But yeah,
that'd be very
that was crazy. But he's back in the house.
Yeah, if Orion was outside of the house and we were trying to catch her, especially around here with as busy as the streets are and the alleys, I would be. And coyotes are have been on our street recently. Let's go back and hit some of these comments here.
This suggestion. He couldn't be trapped in there with the smell. Well, the door was open and the window was open. He could have left. I think he was just curious. I don't think he was trying to leave. I think he probably just pressed his face up against the window. That screen window is not well situated, clearly. So yeah, that was not good.
Let's go all the way back to let's see here. Zacadita, or edits as they pronounce it in some regions, says let's go. VMAC Attack says got everything packed, but we'll have some on-site building for the collab. Yeah, sure, mine's for the collaborative too. General Thomas Brick says won't be at Brickworld either, as much as I'd love to. Well, we will miss you.
That's
Marty Becker is here. Rob Claxton says you're not by yourself with the on-site building. You're definitely not alone.
I'm gonna try not to do any this year, which is going to be hard.
So Brickdad Build says some Target employee got caught stashing them in back. The Cherry Coke there.
Don't do that, man.
Elf or the Beastmaster. I don't know.
12 of them. We talked about this. Rab with his 18. Okay. We talked about that as well. Rich. Hey, Rich. He says great find on the Beastmasters. Yes, indeed, it was. I found 23 plush girl CMFs in the wild, but weirdly, no one brags about finding her. You are correct, Slapshot Bricks. And how many longboarders did you find? That's more exciting.
Right.
Let's see.
Never have enough
here.
of those.
Yeah. I think most of our other cats were about Poor Cinder. Brickbuilt Labs here as well. Hello, everybody.
Hello, Brickbuilt
Hello,
Labs.
indeed. So that was my week. Mark, I know I met with you on Wednesday, was it?
Yeah, Thursday, I think.
You told me that you had the C COVID.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you were talking about when I ripped my shorts. C for crotch.
That happened as well. But
Ripped the crotch right out of my shorts. And since I'm quarantined,
tell us about the COVID, Mark.
To be honest, Ben, since I'm quarantined right now, I wore those shorts for another 2 days before finally changing. I was just like, whatever. No one's going to see me this way.
That's
true. I got freaking COVID. I got diagnosed on Wednesday. So today's my last day of quarantine. And then tomorrow I get to go load a truck and move into the hotel. Load 2 20-foot trucks and move into the hotel. This has been a rough one because I lost a couple days to COVID because I've been exhausted. I slept between Wednesday and Thursday. I slept 14 hours. Was feeling better on Thursday. I think that's the night we met. I ended up only sleeping for 2 hours that night. Just my mind wouldn't turn off, and I was feeling a lot better. And I was like, "That's cool." And then
I hate it when that happens. When you just can't calm your mind.
Yeah. And I just figured everything was gone. And then the next night I slept for 12 hours.
Yeah.
And woke up feeling pretty bad yesterday. So yesterday I was able to tell everyone with Brickworld, I'm going to take a rest today because I can't afford to be sick. And it actually afforded me a lot of time to get building done.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. If I hadn't had that day, if I hadn't had yesterday to build basically all day, I mean, I didn't wake up till 1 p.m. But then today, I kind of had the same thing happening where I couldn't fall asleep till about 3 a.m. And I got up at 5, I got up at 7, and then slept straight through to 11 p.m. after that. So because I'm still feeling worn down. Yeah. And so this is the longest I've had it where I'm not feeling great yet, which is unfortunate. And I think maybe a lot of the stress of running the show might have something to do with that. So I've got a plan in place to get this done. It's just I don't have the time, I don't think, before I leave the house to get it done. Especially today, things kept getting in the way. There's this mock that got left with me last year so I can bring it to another show. And I thought it'd be real quick to take apart. But this jackass who made it Technic.
Why are you trying to take it apart?
Because I'm not bringing the entire thing. You told me to throw it in a box.
Yeah, throw it in a box. That's fine. You need to take it apart. That's the whole thing. I guess I don't remember how big it truly is. It must be relatively large in terms, because I know it's just, one little section of a much larger mock, but
yeah, but it's 2.5 base plates.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's 2x2 base plates and then 2 8x16 base plates.
Okay.
And then the ceiling is made out of Technic and the floor is made out of Technic, and then they're Technic beamed together. So I was like, all right, let's take this thing apart. And there's wiring in this fucking thing.
That's true.
Whoever this guy is.
All of those things are true.
I don't really do lights, I hear him say from time to time. And there's some mini circuit board that's hidden under the floor I couldn't even find. And I'm just like, all right, I got to find what this is wired to. Yeah. I'm like, why is it? It's for the chandelier. Why does it go in the floor? And I'm like, oh, the stupid floor lamp. Oh, the floor. We're so proud of our floor lamp that it lights.
And the fireplace.
Oh, the fireplace too. Okay, yeah. That's forgivable. But I was just like, now where is it going? I was just like, oh, the floor lamp.
Yeah, it would be nice to have all those light pieces back. I could use them.
Yeah, and who knows? Because you may have some of my parts, I may have some of your parts now, because it was so many parts where I was like, how does this part come apart? And then the Technic beam would finally reveal itself, and I go pop, and everything would go. Especially since the landscaping in there, whatever this jackass did with the landscaping, was just dropping a bunch of 1x1s into the soil.
Yeah.
Man, I
still
hate
look
some
like
people.
mulch. But yeah, that guy sounds like a jerk.
I should have videoed this because I was throwing a mild temper tantrum, what the? And Orion definitely left the room. And I was like, wow, God, he's smart. I was like, look how this goes together. I was like, stop looking at it. You don't have time.
Just take it apart.
I thought it was just going to be crumple, 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 throw in a box. And I was like, now what's connected to? Why can't I pull this apart?
Yeah, it wasn't the bottom floor.
The wallpaper is connected with vines.
All right.
I'm like, why did this come apart?
All right. Okay, it was a little more complicated than I recall, at least.
That brick stuff light board is
Yeah.
really cool. It's like
Yeah.
it's like this big.
Yeah, it's tiny.
Call it a postage stamp, but it's
Yeah.
about 1/8 of a postage stamp.
Yeah, it's very small. Let's see here. Atarng 2.
Sure. Atorn.
He says, let's go.
Let's
And prep for
freaking go.
Brickworld. He wants you to feel better.
Thanks.
Kevin Schmidt, panic building in the background. That's what time it is. Generaltron Bricks confirms ADHD, a common problem for also having the brain won't shut off problem. Brick Built Labs is all packed up and good
Shut
to
up.
go. Yeah,
Show
how
off.
about that?
You're getting banned.
Who's doing that? We banned people for less.
We ban people for nothing.
We banned people on pure accident. You don't think you're special.
Actually, Jazzy is not the only person we banned. I did find another one when I went to unban her. I did find another one that we had banned right after Brickworld last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't anything big. It was just something I picked up on the chat where I'm like, this person's just trolling us. Lego Tim B says the mock disassembly sounds like a fever dream. I wish my fever had broken during it.
Yeah.
My fever's broken twice now. I'm like, that's not how that's supposed to work.
No, it's supposed to be a one and done type deal. Oh, all right. So do we want to talk about Chicago or go straight to the mocks this week, Mark?
Oh, let's get the Chicago shit out of the way here.
All right, let's do it.
Chicago shit. Dun 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 dun. Wait, not that one, this one. All right, let's talk about some of our sponsors who are really amazing and we love them very much. K-Town Bricks is making our exclusive minifigure this year. If you are into medieval customs, check him out. He's really great. Bricker Builds, you should know who they are. They'll be there. They're dropping some cool stuff into the goodie bag. They build a lot of models that are based off of nothing, like this life-size Italian plumber or this life-size fire lizard. That's not anything you know. It's more like modeled muck or schmicky schmouse. Let's see. Canada First Bricks will be there. They are the ones who provide the bricks for Bricker Builds and Bricks and Kicks. If you're looking for large-scale Lego projects that you would like to mass produce, they're a great partner to have. Brick Derby will be there. They are providing these pieces, one of these 3 sets of pieces in your goodie bag for the event, and they will be running competitions all week. Brickshell Cases, which is very amazing. I won't do this every week, but I highly suggest you check out some of these amazing products. If you're into displaying your figures and models in unique ways, check them out. They're fantastic. They will be there. They've done a lot of great stuff for us, including making custom Brickshell cases for the show, including the Sig Fig lanyard case. Lurie Children's Hospital in Make-A-Wish, Illinois, and St. Jude are charity partners. Amazing organizations. And there's the Sig Fig lanyard case right there. Ben has it in his hand. These are our charity partners, and all 3 of these organizations impact the lives of people with children suffering from cancer. And then we've got Creations for Charity. Where did the other 2 go? We got Creations for Charity, we've got Bricks of Hope, and we've got Little Bricks Charity, also charity partners. All 3 of them bring in money to get sets and toys into the hands of sick children. They will all be there, with the exception of Bricks of Hope, to interact with the public. And if you have the means, please give to any one of these amazing organizations, including Bricks of Hope and Little Bricks Charity. You'll know Little Bricks Charity. They're the ones that do the brick walk. The guy's got his PA, and he's walking across bricks spread out on the floor and challenging people to do so, to draw attention to the need for kids in need to have more positive energy in their lives by receiving Lego sets. Anyway, a couple of Brickheads, great partner of ours. They have sent a ton of people to our stream, sent me to a ton of other streams. And Sean, the right way of ACOB, is our influencer coordinator. And so he's put in a lot of work, and he's had a family emergency the last few weeks. And so he's flying directly to Chicago tonight and tomorrow out of a pretty horrific incident that turned out wonderfully positive in the end. but he's been going through a lot, and we send him our support and the entire stream here, the entire team on ACOB, and thank them for all of the Brickworld hype they provide pretty much 52 weeks a year. And then, of course, Superhawk, staff members of ours, a real fun group of people, a real fun couple, I should say, to hang out with. You'll get a chance to meet them at the show. They'll be running all the activities that are either icebreakers or that interact with the public. And they'll have their disc golf mountain there, so you'll know exactly where to find them. They are also running a Mario Kart tournament several nights a week. So check out for Supa and Hawk. They are amazing people. They might be in the chat tonight, but I do adore them. And again, might not be completely objective because they are my staff members, but they're amazing people and really love the Lego fan community. And there we go. Those are our sponsors. Most of them, maybe not all of them. I don't know at this point.
Lots of people make Brickworld happen. The fans and people who are in the community. I'm sure. I know Bricks and Minifigs does a lot of work with us as well.
Yes, you're right.
Minifigs.
Yes, they're one of our signature sponsors this year, Bricks and Minifigs Corporate. I should probably bring them up real quick. Let's
so
I knew I'd forget one of them.
Yeah, so I know Ryan does a lot of. It's Ryan, right? That's his name. Does a lot of work. The Crest Hill location, organizing some of our events as well. And so a good relationship with Bricks and Minifigs. Here we go.
Well, I just want to be clear. Ryan does a lot of work as a coordinator. His title is bringing in crazy new stuff coordinator. So he's responsible for having the fold there, which are not going to be there this year. But the improv show and other amazing ideas that he's had. He introduced us to the people at Brick Derby, for example. So he's just kind of an entrepreneur, likes to make connections, does a lot to support Brickworld, and certainly would sponsor us if he could. But it's Bricks and Minifigs Corporate that's the signature sponsor this year. So that's not technically Ryan, but he will be part of that group representing Bricks and Minifigs. Ryan himself makes other amazing contributions to the show. And I wouldn't say sponsors us per se, but definitely even better, builds us up and helps us evolve and bring in new aspects of the show every year.
Yeah, so there we go.
The brain fog is real, by the way.
How many locations does Bricks and Minifigs have in the Chicagoland area now?
97.
I don't think that's accurate, but there are a lot. In Minnesota, we went from having 0 a year ago to now I think we've got 6 or 7 in the Twin Cities.
I do think it is
3 I go to regularly. So
I do think it is 7.
Okay.
All right, so we got Niles, Schaumburg, Carroll Stream, Naperville, and Crest Hill, Algonquin, Kenosha, which is
Wisconsin.
That's in Wisconsin. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 officially open right now.
Wow.
I know there's more coming.
Yeah, and in Minnesota, we've got a number as well. So a great place. I've been there. In the lead up to Brickworld, I go there to the Brick Pit every couple days when I realize I don't have a particular part. And instead of parting out a set, if I can find a couple of them in the Brick Pit, it's a great deal. Also stops me from having to sort through my own bins. For some reason, that's worse than sorting through their bins, and I don't know why. I don't know why. But that's everything there. So let's see here. We also have a couple other late joiners here. Moto.
Exactly.
All ready to start driving tomorrow.
Thank you. I was trying to move that to a bigger screen because this is the first time I've had COVID and it's really affected my eyesight. So I was like, I can't even read these comments anymore on my smaller screen. So I've got them up here, but you go for it because that's even easier for me.
Dead City gives us a meeting.
Hey, thanks for joining us, sir. Appreciate you being here tonight.
Nate Dogg Hobbies gives us a hello. I think Nate Dogg was on Friday Night Bricks recently here.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Appreciate that a lot.
Brick Dead confirms 6 in the greater Chicagoland area. Kenosha is Chicagoland. We've been told, so there we go.
I wouldn't disagree with that.
VMAX says there's a new Fort Wayne BAM, so there we go.
Oh yeah, there sure is. Yeah, Joellen Child works for them.
Awesome. And let's see here. The Kenosha Bricks and Minifigs sells custom printed cheese heads. Whew. That's okay, I guess.
Look at this Hoosier who knows the Chicagoland area so well. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It is a lot easier for me to get to Kenosha than Naperville, and I know this because I go up to Kenosha, and my sister lives in Naperville.
Yeah.
Did you bring this up from Rich Henderson?
Yes.
You did.
Yes,
You
yes,
certainly did. I just saw his face in the corner.
Yep. So hyped for Brickworld from Stud City and
All right.
Lou. Speaking of the comedy show,
Hey,
didn't know we were doing it this week, but we are. We'll see you this week, Lou. A real Lego fan and a true comedian.
we probably shouldn't have, to be honest.
That might be true, but we'll see. You know, we got some progress on the mocks. I can see yours in the background. You saw mine on Thursday, which was in not a great place, but it's in a better place today.
Was. No, I liked where it was on Thursday. I thought you were doing great. I thought you were being way too hard on yourself. I recorded our meeting, and I'm going to send it to VMAC. You know what? I should probably clip it myself because there's an entire thing about me ripping the crotch out of my shorts, and VMAC will probably focus on that.
Yeah, that's true.
He might enjoy that part a little too much.
Yep.
What was I going to say though? I don't remember because my mind just went blank.
That's cool. Well,
that's what I was going to tell you. I went on a hype stream on
Friday.
Where am I? Who are you people? It was Friday. I went on London Calling. Greg from London Bridge Bricks did a hype stream, but he didn't just hype Brickworld. He hyped hardcore Think Outside the Blocks.
Okay.
I think you should check it out.
I will have to.
I should clip it for the show because it's quite a ringing endorsement.
Yeah, since he's out there over in the UK, I think that usually happens during the workday, so it would have been a struggle for me to hit it on a Friday, but I definitely saw it pop up on my YouTube notifications. I'll have to go check that out.
It is on our channel, and I did. I joined about a half hour in, but I streamed the rest of it from our channel. So
awesome.
But yeah, it was. He said it's like he loves starting his week watching us because it's we're on while he's asleep. So he's sleeping right now. He might be probably flying to Chicago. When did he say he was going to get there? I forget.
Wow, he's probably coming to Chicago. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see. We are now going to talk about our mocks. We're half an hour in, which isn't too crazy, but we've had busy weeks. And our two topics, our two particular builds that we're going to talk about are Cherry Blossoms and Computer This Week. So let's hit that intro and get going on this here.
Okay.
Who's this kicking it with a new mob? Chunky mech. Will we get computer tech? And orange spaceship so sleek? Does he hate castles this week? Does the new mech have a wicked team? Has the castle from last week been reshaped? Has he built Fireworks and welcomes the Cerberus Daddy Ben? Yeah! Jump to 5-bit!
All right. So here we are, computer tech.
The gaming brick is here. Thanks for joining us tonight. Ooh, yes. All right. Nice.
Yeah. So we made some improvements.
You should be happy with it. You are happy with this now, aren't you?
I feel much better about it now.
Good. Yep. Let's see. VMAC Attack says it's disgusting.
All right. I'll take that from VMAC.
Ooh, Ice Planet. General Transport says.
Ice Planet, yeah.
It's very Ice Planet. I love what you did with the girder that I was like, you got to use these. You're like, I have 2 of them. You have more than 2, sir.
I did, yeah. So what happened was...
The Great Castle, says Hawkeye.
I had 2 of them, and then I needed a couple more of these panels, and I have a bin that has the panels in them.
Yeah.
And so I went to grab those in the bin, and when I opened it, I had a whole flood of these girders. Like, it was crazy. I don't know when I ordered them or from who, but I had like 30 of these things, and I used every single one of them because I loved it. I did it on both that side and this side.
Yeah.
And you can
I noticed. Oh, definitely.
Yeah. So we've got.
Oh man.
We got the girders on both sides.
That's exciting and fun. So the GMF, what? The gaming brick says, I like the CMF penguin chilling in the snow. Good catch. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to be a few more of the penguins.
Yeah.
They just haven't made their way to the mock yet.
Smoky Smokes, and speaking of Smoky Smokes, remind me to tell you the engraved brick badge drama after we
Right.
talk about mocks.
Right.
Get Cooped says that.
Frozen.
Brick by Brick Together is here. Thanks for joining us, Garrett. Good to see you. If you guys are into Lego live streams that are chill, check out Brick by Brick Together, up and coming live streamer here on the tubes. Also a good buddy of Cool Han Luke, who I was on this afternoon. Great show there. Cool Han Luke is coming over from the UK for the first time. BMAC Attack says you need the laser gate that blocks half the entrance.
Yeah, that's
Orphanage says
the Ice Planet Odyssey, the Odyssey base. That's what they had, was a little gate that only blocked half the entrance. So that's a good call out. That's what you need to help guard the place. Yep.
Brick Orphanage says hopefully that keeps your processors cool. VMAC Tech says Batman penguins would look nice too. Yeah, but that looks really cute. Smoky Smoke says, yeah, newsflash, I'm a noob and an idiot. No, you're not. Not at all.
My first Brickworld badge had a mistake on it too. So that happens.
And Smoky Smokes, that just reminded me because I know your name now. And the reason I know your name is because you emailed us about that. But you're not a noob or an idiot. Actually, the reason I brought your comment up in the first place is, Ben, if you don't mind, like everybody to understand for sure why VMAC Attack called your mock disgusting.
Daddy Ben, oh, he loves his space. Lego ships in orange, all in place. But Mara's size, they're all the same. And why that beard? It's just a shame. Orange ships, computers galore. Mara dreams of something more. In Legoland, where dreams take flight. Orange or not, they'll get it right. Daddy, your ships are lame. All of them look the same. And your beard, such a disgrace. Maybe just one short hair on your face.
I spend too much time working on them.
And sometimes you just don't do them because you're working on them.
Yeah.
And your beard.
And my beard.
And your mustache.
I'll get back in the photo so everyone can see.
Ugh.
Alright.
It should be more like one of those French ones that is in the movies, like Squirrel.
Like a little villain mustache?
Yes, you need that.
Okay. Well, thank you, Mara. Thanks for the rant.
Or you just need
Good
one
job.
little hair.
It takes too long for you to build them. Focus, get it done, concentrate. Daddy Ben, one more word about your beard. Come on, Daddy, it's so weird.
And they don't have different size ranges, which they should. And they they all have computers in them. Like, it's disgusting.
Orange spaceships, make it end. Listen, friend, it's not a trend. Orange beard, that's the trend. Make it happen. I love you, Daddy Ben. I love you, Daddy Ben.
Mid-mock song break. How about that?
Yeah. So disgusting because they all have computers in them. If you couldn't tell, this one does have a computer in it.
So it's
which
disgusting.
Maybe wasn't immediately obvious, but we do have the computer here in the back.
Yep.
The entire frame that the computer's built into is Technic. So you can see the processor there with the big cooler on it and the RAM sticks that have some nice little lights on them. And then some cables that go down into the power supply, which is down below there. And then the graphics card is on the back side here.
Your brick built keyboard is awesome.
Too bad it's not brick built. But there it is. There's the graphics card in the back there.
Nick and Brick says she sure does call things as she sees them.
She sure does.
Rich Henderson says all the sass.
She's the best.
She's awesome.
So the Wi-Fi antenna is the antenna for the base, or one of the multiple antennas, I guess.
Nice.
Now I got the keyboard and the mouse plugged in here so I could turn it on. And the power button is hidden under the little Ice Planet door there. So there's the power button.
And VMAC Attack beat you to that. He said, nice parts usage on the printed blue canopy. Even nicer now that you know that it hides the power button for the computer, right?
It does indeed. Yeah, the computer does mostly lift out. I don't really want to do that because there are a few bits that are a little tricky to get back in. But if I took off the girders, the support girders on this side, I could take the whole thing out of there, and it'll just have a little bit of the ice planet base left on it.
Look at this. Look who's here. It's Tyler from Life Bricks, coming to our stream for the first time, I believe. And it's a 20-hour countdown for him. Actually, it's about the same for me till I roll up into the Renaissance, and I've got about 87 hours worth of work to do here before that happens.
A couple other things to note, Mark. One of the other things we talked about on Thursday when I was working on this is I was putting a light inside the base here. You can see that it's blue back there.
Yes.
I think it's actually UV because though you can't tell very well on here, it's actually lighting up the chainsaws and the visors on the guys inside the dome there.
It does look like a UV light from here, just not getting the same effect.
Through annoyingly. Yeah.
I like your beautiful original spaceship on the landing platform.
Yeah. So speaking of that, this is a rehash of a classic space one that I built. So I'm copying my own design at least, but there were some modifications to it. So here's
it does look great.
The little ship, and actually I like it better as an ice planet one than the classic space one.
It looks fantastic.
But pretty fun little build. I didn't have time to completely redesign one, but I had a small one that I really liked in classic space fair that I built up for this.
Now there's something I was expecting to see in here that I don't see.
What are you talking about, Mark?
I was expecting to see some bare-chested men with visors and air tanks. Oh, yes!
We're still working on it. We'll get it in here.
Yes.
We got our little hot tub.
Yes. This is my contribution, everybody. This is why it's collaborative. I said needs a hot tub. We got a hot tub. I could not.
So we need a little snow around the hot tub still, but I am working on it. One of them's got a gold bikini. Because, why wouldn't you?
Of course.
But here they are. I also feel like the penguins need their own area, so there will be a penguin area too.
I do agree with this. The fan does look like a portal, which is very cool. General Tron's Brick says almost looks like a Vic Viper. Oh yeah, it does look like a Vic Viper.
Yeah, a little bit of Vic Viper-ness to it.
Hawk says, "Don't worry, Mark. There will be a sign of relief, maybe more than one. A sign of relief? Do you mean sigh of relief? Maybe because It's hard to sigh right now because my lung capacity is diminished by COVID. Thanks a lot, Hawkeye.
Yeah, Hawkeye. What are you doing?
Hawkeye. Jeez.
Yeah. The other thing that I put some work on in today was that my orange dome was very foggy. That happens with the acrylic parts in time with lots of micro scratches depending on how they're stored. I don't have that Space Odyssey base, so I'm sure I got this second hand somewhere.
I think it's polycarb.
I think they're acrylic. The older ones are.
Oh, okay.
But I did shine it up with some of this. Some plastics. It actually worked pretty well.
I just want to stare at that hot tub all day. I don't care about your plastics. That hot tub fills me with so much joy. I can't even tell you.
It's not. Yeah, it needs some snow around it still.
And they're on a different planet, so they have to wear their visors.
Got to keep the mask and the visor on, yeah. Even.
Oh my god, it's the best thing I've ever seen in my life. I love that hot tub so much.
It needs some stairs. We got to build some stairs out the front, and then we got to have some snow drifting. But I think it'll probably tuck in here.
But this gives us all the elements
to tuck in there. We need fire, but we'll get to that.
The hot tub is the fire.
Well, I mean, it sort of is, but it's not powered by fire. What
Henderson
I actually think
knows.
What I actually think is that the penguins need to be roasting some s'mores.
Oh, you're right.
So that's got to happen.
That's a win right there.
That'll probably be on this side, is our penguins with their s'mores.
Did you change up any of that rock work from Wednesday or Thursday?
I did quite a bit. Yes. Yeah. So I was very unhappy with that. This one I'm still so on, but this one turned out pretty well, and it wraps all the way around the side.
Agreed.
Which ended up looking pretty decent.
I feel the same way about both of them construction wise, but I think the color theory you have going on there is the technique will be forgiven for the colors, the ombre you've chosen. I think that looks beautiful. Get Coop. Why don't you guys hit the like button, people?
Yes, indeed.
Listen to Get Cooped. He knows what he's talking about.
I was moving the mouse like I was going to be able to control this screen, but it's actually not hooked up to this live stream.
I've been doing shit like that.
Computer itself works though. I did test it today. Obviously, it's on. It works.
I took Orion for a quick walk, and I tried to get in the house with the key fob for the car. But my excuse is brain fog. Mine is that I'm stupid. The hot tub needs some rubber duckies. Oh, don't worry, we'll get a rubber ducky. Yeah.
I'm assuming that the hot tub also doubles as a time machine. Why wouldn't it? Of course.
Ben's a rubber ducky expert.
I'm a big fan of rubber duckies.
Ben, it needs more orange.
It's got orange. There is orange. It's translucent orange.
Tyler says beautiful mock on the screen.
I'm glad you like it. We just need to finish off that hot tub. And I don't know if we need anything else, but
it does need some characters from a Hot Tub Time Machine in there. I agree. Nick Sigsby is here. Good evening, sir. Thanks for joining us tonight. He says, what up, all hype for Brickworld? We are too. Can't wait. I could wait some days or so.
4 weeks, right?
Brother Tyler.
Hashtag 2 more weeks.
Oh, here they're talking to each other. I was like, I thought he was talking about tiling. I'm like, yeah, Ben tiles everything. You don't see a lot of studs in his stuff, but he's talking to life bricks.
Yeah. We did do the rocket platform over here too as a last minute thing. All the Ice Planet major sets had these rockets with the satellites on top.
Yeah.
So I added this little platform today.
And the ship actually hides the pareidolia you got in that landing platform.
Yes, it's the Babam platform, as we like to call it, because there we got a little Babam down there.
Babam pareidolia. I was all hashtag 2 more weeks today, but the problem is we do 2 more weeks. We got 4 less weeks next year. All right,
Yeah.
Think about that. General Sean's Brick says could always use more cowbell.
Yeah, no cows at all in this mock. And no bells.
Is there a nice fishing polar bear with a bottle of Coca-Cola?
There's not.
And Tyler, it's mirrored on the right, so the blue angled support is on both sides, and it's kind of hot.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my goodness, that was what saved this mock for me. I hated it until those were on.
The lighting, Ben certainly does know how to light things. As much as he says he doesn't really light stuff.
It also only has 1 light in it.
Disagree.
And it just has the computer, which helps.
Yeah. Alpine Superson says, so it's not Father's Day next year. Do you have dates? It's Father's Day weekend next year.
It's Father's Day. Just Father's Day moves.
We have a certain number week, and that week always falls on Father's Day weekend, and will for the foreseeable future, because it does not seem to be deterring anybody from coming, and a lot of people make it a Father's Day tradition. D Bishop is blinded by the light. Revved up like a deuce, another roamer in the night.
Yeah, whatever that means.
I don't know either.
Yeah, that's a classic song, but nobody knows what that guy's talking about.
No one has any idea. Oh. You're correct. Brick Dad Build says, how easy will cable connections be for me, and how easy would cable connections be for me and extra monitors? How easy will cable connections be for him and his extra monitors?
Well, I don't know why you need extra monitors. All the cable connections are easy to get to in the back of this because it's open.
This from you.
Because it's open. The only problem right now is that the cables for the computer themselves, or for the graphics cards, come out the top. So I'm gonna have to fix that. I actually have a part to fix that. Here's this super thin HDMI cable. Problem is the portable monitor I have down here doesn't use a standard HDMI connection, but this will allow me to route it down the backside, for example, and out to a connection for a monitor without having to have a giant cable sticking out the top. That's why I don't have the monitor hooked up right now.
You can also, you're going to use an adapter. Is that right? Right.
I could use an adapter as well, or
both. My favorite part of our planning meeting this week was you discovering you being very upset that the lighting you found was a USB connection.
Yes. Yes, I was very mad. I'm like, I can't find the right combination of battery and light to put this together right now. I either needed a coin cell battery or something else. And then we had something from Brick Loot. I had 2 boxes just sitting over here. And one of them had an adapter. The only adapter was for USB power. And I kept freaking out that this wasn't going to work. But then I discovered myself and I said to Mark, I'm building this into a computer. There's literally 5 USB ports on this thing. I can power it without a battery without any problems.
And I was in a mood to be like, oh, be kind to yourself. You're overwhelmed, but now I'm making fun of you for it. And do you remember what you said after that?
No. What did I say?
Ding dong, the witch is dead. Witch, old witch, the wicked witch. You said that about 87 times during our meeting. I was
singing that. Yes.
Yeah, constantly. Yeah.
And I do have a second Brick Loot connector, but it does like a weird disco thing. It would be great in the hot tub, but it's not going to stretch all the way out there. So we'll have to figure something out.
This would look based on a snow globe like on Lego. This would look good based on a snow globe like on Lego Met. This looks good now. It doesn't need to look good based on a snow globe.
This would look based on a snow globe like on Lego Masters. I'm not even sure what that means, VMAC.
Do better. No, I'm sorry.
We added an extra monitor for others to view last year. Yes, I did, and I'll do that again. What?
Look, there is a penguin.
There's one. Yes,
it's there.
Right here.
Does it have
and there
fans?
will be some more. Don't worry. It does. It has 2 fans on the CPU. It has 1 in the power supply.
Right.
And then there are 3 on the graphics card, as always. I mean, those are just what they are.
I'm feeling a bit like a latchkey kid since I've been quarantined for 5 days, and I've had 0 energy all day today until just now. So if I'm starting to get a little loopy, I do apologize. It's like my first time out of the house ever.
Yes, you were wondering why USB light was a problem. Neither Mark and I were immediately like, well, you do know you're building it into a computer. At the time, I don't think the computer was sitting there, but of course I didn't have any power to it. So like I was plugging it into my streaming computer, which is down here by my knees. And I'd plug it in and look at it. And I was like, God, this is the only connector I have. And it's USB. I'm like, going to have to find a battery bank. And then I was like, duh. I literally have multiple USB connections. So if it's a computer, what specs does it have? Good question. I know that it is a 7800 XT graphics card. The processor is definitely an AMD processor, and I would guess it is in the 4000, not the 4000. It's probably in the 5000 series. So it's probably a 5600X if I had to guess. 32 gigs of RAM.
Cool.
Maybe 16, but I think it's 32. And the power supply, I don't know what it is. I could look. It's probably about 650 watts.
Hashtag built-in outlets. Hawkeye Lingman says, very nice. Yeah. Likes those specs, apparently.
Yeah, they're not bad. It's a good little machine. I picked the graphics card mostly because it was white, but it's a pretty good card. So, I don't know if you look back about a year ago, I started working on the frame for the computer. When I finished the frame, I completely abandoned it for other stuff. So the frame, all Technic as well. So there are no screws or anything else. It's all connected by Technic pins and whatever else. Yeah. It doesn't have a handle on the top, so you can just kind of pull it right out, which is what I'll have to do when I'm working on moving it. But yeah, it's kind of fun. It's a little more hidden. You might not necessarily know immediately that it's a computer if you're not really paying attention to the giant fan sticking off the side. I bet there'll be a lot of people at the convention public in particular, who don't notice that right away. So
Papa Trip is here tonight. Welcome in. Thanks for joining us this evening, Brickworld friends. Really hope everyone is well and happy this evening. Wendy and I are looking forward to meeting as many of you as we can at Brickworld Chicago this week. Awesome. D Bishop says working orange in.
There's orange. Why does everyone keep asking for more orange? There is orange. Look at this. Translucent orange in lots of places.
Ben likes his orange and sci-fi stuff. But this is an homage to Ice Planet, and it's only accented with fluorescent orange. So
the elements. Mm-hmm. This is my Braving the Elements build. It is an air-cooled Ice Planet PC
with the hot tub.
I got planet, ice, air, hot tub for water, and then my penguins will be roasting s'mores. That's 5 elements. This is an elemental computer, everybody.
That's a portal. Yes, exactly.
And it's got the portal. Yeah.
I don't know, this guy, whoever he is, says some stuff. Just kidding. Brian Bonhomme, the co-founder of Brickworld, and the sole owner. Well, he and Kathy owned it for several years before selling it to my dumbass during COVID, right before COVID. It's not like I was like, "Oh, a global pandemic, sure, I'll buy it right now." It was a unfortunate coincidence. He'll be here helping me load the truck tomorrow and keeping me and my COVID away from all the other people loading the truck. A couple people which really cannot be exposed to it. And Brian, just about 5 minutes ago, I finally started feeling better. So we'll see how late I stay up tonight getting everything packed. And he asks, is this a Brickworld hype show or a computer tutorial? It's both. They're not
really
mutually
talk about the
exclusive.
computer
Brian,
outside of the specs, but you know.
V Mac Attack says you need a scaled version of the ramp base plate for the hot tub as a nice nod. Then you can do the half gate.
Yeah, you need the half gate to enter the hot tub.
Bishop Family says, Orange, you glad we asked? Oh boy, walked right into that one.
All right.
Yeah, Alphonse Soup Person says, just finished majority packing, one table, 9x15 quart Stairlight bins.
Wow.
9
just for
by
one
15.
table. 15 quart Stairlight bins.
How many bins?
9 of them. 15 quart apiece.
Oh, 9 by
So
okay.
let's
I was
see
imagining
here.
they were 9 by 15 inches. I'm a dummy.
Yeah, so this is 18 quarts apparently.
Oh, okay.
So they're a little smaller than this.
Okay.
9 of these.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Brick That Bill says best sale Brian ever made. Yeah, perfect timing. Like very serendipitous for him. Papa Trip says, hope we get some hang time. Oh yeah, sorry. I'll have to watch when people are discussing things with each other. Read the comments first before I bring them up. Bonham says, I told Laura to check on you by watching the stream. So glad you're starting to reignite. So am I. I was it was not easy to start the stream tonight. Rich Henderson says, I bet this will look fantastic. That is, my computer would not restart and give me my array. And so I had to restart it 3 times. I'm just sitting there like, I don't even know what time it is because I left my phone upstairs. And so when it popped on and it was 7:01, I assumed you would have started. I was surprised you were still in the green room.
I was about to press the button when I saw you show up. So
Rich Henderson makes a great point here. It's going to look amazing during World of Lights.
Yeah, so I'm working on a number of World of Lights things. Normally when I built space bases, I've done a lot more lights. That's not to say I couldn't sneak a few more in. But there is the UV light, which is actually pretty cool up in the dome. And then just the ones from the computer itself probably will project a decent amount of light. But I actually kind of like that the brick stuff one was UV.
Yeah.
Because the stuff in here is reactive. I wish you guys could see it. Instead, you just kind of see that little purple beam coming up there.
It's one of the more reactive pieces.
The
orange fluorescent orange.
Yep.
And Alphonse Superson says, keep in mind those 9 bins are half full of bubble wrap. Did I even finish? Oh, I did. I did finish reading that one.
Yeah.
So again, the brain fog is still here, even though I'm feeling better. Gaming Brick says, I have been fine-tuning my farm mock for Chicago these past few weeks. Glad to join you guys as I work. We're glad you're here as well.
Awesome.
Family says Mark is in drug withdrawal.
Yeah,
that might be it, actually.
Yeah. Well, so we got to finish the hot tub and the penguin s'more adventure.
Yeah.
And then this one will be done. Do I have anything else to build in the next 2 freaking days before Brickworld? We'll talk about that later.
It's a good question from Alphonse Superson. He asks, if you buy tickets for other folks online, are you able to pick up the Saturday, Sunday badges up ahead of time? Question from someone else on Discord. No, we don't hand out the Saturday, Sunday badges until Saturday because they don't look any different from the other badges, and so people can just walk in whenever they want.
Yeah. Okay.
All
right.
So nope, you got to wait till Saturday morning. We'll open up the box office at 8:30, I think, or the registration office at 8:30, which is different from the box office. I'm businessing.
You're businessing, indeed.
I'm businessing right now. But thank you for checking Discord for me and getting the answer directly from. That's a quick way to get the answer. Nice job, Alphonse. That's very industrious of you.
Yeah.
This is hot. I love it. It's cold. Sorry.
So
this is cool. That's what I meant.
Take a look at the other sides quick. We did briefly, but just so you can see everything.
If we have to.
We have to. I got to be careful because it's plugged in, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the far side.
Ooh.
Ended up looking pretty decent. The
Yeah, it
rocket
does.
platform. There's a couple more rockets back there. They're just hanging out.
I
don't
love that
know.
there's a magnetic crane in this.
Yes, you need a magnetic crane for Ice Planet. So we do have one of those to load up the rockets.
Let it cook.
So we got that. And then on the other side, we'll finish the hot tub. And not quite as exciting over here, but it's got the big beefy graphics card.
In a hot tub.
Harder to turn on this side too. There's the
That's
big,
great,
big
man.
graphics card. And the fans only spin when it's under load doing something. So they just kind of sit there. So a little more docile over here. Maybe we'll add a little hidden something in the back.
It's not quite as fully encased as your last computer space station, but it's still badass.
Right. I think that I actually kind of like that because I like the open frame aspect of that because it's easy to access everything. I really had a lot of problems with that on the last one, was trying to get to everything when I needed to. This one's pretty easy to reach everything, which is really good. Really useful. So,
yeah.
All right. I'm ready to talk about cherry blossoms. How about you?
Are you? So there's you have nothing else to show us. We're not going to see Leg Day the Dragon until this week, huh?
Yeah, no, the dragon will have to wait.
Brick That Build suggests giving it a blue catwalk for some detail color.
I could add some more stuff on that side, but I'm not going to. This
Done.
Outside of the hot tub and the penguins, this is going to be done. I really would have liked to build a little drivable vehicle because they had a lot of ground vehicles in Ice Planet, but I can't find my white wheels anywhere. So I might just have to settle for the cool fighter, which I think turned out really nice.
How many do you need?
The white wheels?
Mhm.
Probably 6.
I'll
maybe
see what
8.
I have. I'll see what I have, and maybe you can bring it still.
Cool. Well, we'll see. Yeah, build it with
Cool.
orange wheels, and then we can replace them.
Cool.
I think I have orange wheels for some reason. Oh, they were from like the Mars mission sets. I can't find the white ones. Like, where are they? I don't know.
Oh, Brian Bonham says Kathy says 8:30 is correct, and Kathy is always right.
That is true. Kathy is always right.
Matthew Dallas here says, I love the idea of a Lego Space Station computer case.
Yeah, so
it's one of Ben's favorite ideas, actually.
Yeah, it's the only one. It's the only one I seem to be able to use. I don't know. I've never built one into a castle, so
it always makes the space station mock look fun when there's so much like activity and circuitry and fans and portals to other dimensions. Yeah.
You know. And the RAM lighting right now, it's not easy to tell. It's kind of doing a rainbow thing because we are in Pride Month, I believe.
Yeah, we are. You are correct.
But it normally isn't that. When the computer actually starts, it turns to blue, but I can change it to any color I want. So kind of fun right now. It's running the rainbow.
Nice.
So why not?
Why not?
But there we go. So there we have it. I want to talk cherry blossoms though. So can we run Mark's walk-up tune?
Yeah, sure.
Mark's an otter, watch him splash, building art deco, leaves and grass, keeping fab, you land on streams, making Mark's fulfilling dreams. Don't need breaks when his builds are up, only cheers and howls from his club. So let's get pumped for this Scorpio. Mark's creations are on the show.
Oh, let's see here. Well, we should be able to fix this. I don't know why it did that. That's okay.
Wait, no. Oh,
There we go. We got it. We got it. You have roofs, Mark.
I do.
Yes. Roofs everywhere.
Oh, hey. Can't even see the whole thing. Hold on. I don't know what we were looking at. And I realized I didn't change my audio. Hold on.
Yeah, you want to switch your mic on over?
I didn't want to switch my mic on over. I was like, I've got to clean up the build table, and didn't give me the opportunity to think about everything, including where the camera is focusing.
Where
I tried twice.
Where the camera is focusing.
No,
Yeah.
where
Those
the
lines.
where the
Those
camera is
those
focusing.
lines. Yep.
Everyone knows the right way to say that.
Yeah.
Is the way I said it.
A Tarong 2 asks, "Who is your singer?" That was Jennifer Lopez, obviously. That was the garage band, the old garage band that we hired to perform our songs for us. That song written by me. It's one of the only ones I've written. Mark's done most of our songs, but Latin dance pop is what I went with, and it turned out exactly like I hoped.
Yeah,
So
sure
can
did.
we get an ooh banner up for Mark's Pagoda House here? Lots of stuff that I'm seeing that I'm liking here.
Oh my God.
Uh,
Yeah, it's almost done. I would say it's like 70% of the way done.
70%. All right,
Yeah. I
that's
think
not
there's a
bad.
lot that needs to be done. If I was going to go through a quick list, here's what needs to be done.
Um,
Most of the domes for the trees are done. They
Yeah.
just need to be transferred from the old trees to these.
Okay.
That'll take a tiny bit of work on site. This waterfall needs to be, has to get the plates in it as well as this waterfall, and this waterfall here. I got, let's see, I haven't even tested this yet.
I like
We
that
do have
waterfall
some-
in the back.
We're gonna have some
Ooh.
lighting in it. The house has some lighting.
Ooh.
But yeah, I think the big success, I got most of the green in the landscaping, all the grays in the landscaping that's going in. All the
Okay.
rock work is done.
Okay.
That's it.
Those
We
are
got a
good.
little
Those
bit
are
of green
good.
left to do.
Yeah.
I've got some stonework to do up here.
Mhm.
The house roof needs some work. Actually, part of the roof is missing right here right now.
Yeah. I
Because
like the top roof actually.
Thank you. That was the biggest success. That happened
Yeah.
very quickly.
Yeah. I do like that. I also
It
like
needs- go ahead.
I also like the work with the trees, but let's talk about that beautiful roof first, I guess.
Yeah, sure. Let's
Yeah.
talk about this roof because it does still, and it also needs quite a bit of work still. It's gonna have something come down here. It also needs a topper, and that's what's kind of what I'm realizing as I stand close to this and stand about as close as the public is going to stand and look down at it. These roofs don't meet up with the walls very clearly. You can see into the house. This is kind of like hideous right here. So I'm
Yeah.
going to run through and put some dark blue in there, and it's going to raise. Oh gosh, it's going to raise these sections up, probably a full brick. And then the tea house really needs a bit of work on it. But there's just some zhuzhing left for the house itself. I got to
Yeah.
put the lanterns back on. But yeah, this is brick built. I can show you how I did this because the other section is off, and I will also show you.
Yeah,
I got tired.
It looks thick, but it also looks like terracotta roof, so I'm kind of a fan.
Sorry.
Mark's Coffin will run a couple of additional comments here. Brian reminds you need to pack that all up tonight. Shut up, Brian.
Shut up, Brian.
He'll be bringing pieces to finish it on site. No big deal. We'll do that.
I'm quarantined to my room for the first 2 days.
Yeah.
So I will fix the. Jesus. All right.
Yeah, so VMAX says that the garage band singer is Will AIM, or as Linda McMahon would say, Will A1M.
Yes.
Matthew Dahl gives a nice work. Let's see here. VMAC was applauded for his funny joke. Hawkeye Lego Man came back with Adele, spelled as in Adele computer, as
Or
his.
maybe
So
maybe
good
he
one
thought
too.
maybe he thought the singer was Adele, which doesn't sound like her at all, but that's okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It's more Jennifer Lopez, but maybe Adele
Yeah,
had
sure.
a Latin dance pop phase.
Maybe she did.
Moto suggests that maybe it's
Oops.
Sumo. I'm not sure I've specifically heard of that program, but that's what he uses for his videos. Hawkeye Lego Man thinks this looks great.
Thank you.
Rich Henderson gives it a pretty. He loves Soji scenes, as he says.
Shoji?
Soji.
Soji. I don't know what that means.
Super Hawk Bricks is here.
Super Hawk.
He should have packed it already.
Okay, thanks, you guys.
Procrastinators of the world unite tomorrow. Yeah.
Procrastinators. Nice. Yeah, I had
Yes.
COVID all week.
Yeah. Brick Dynasty says the build is so peaceful. Welcome, Brick Dynasty. Love
course
it,
it
says
will.
Nate Dog. Looks Looks peaceful as well. Everybody thinks it looks very peaceful, very zen. All right, so show us this roof technique, Mark.
All right. Well, I cheated. It's just I used the I put regular roof slopes.
Yeah.
And then laid these. They're literally just like laying on it with gravity.
All right. Yeah, gravity's fun.
Yeah, gravity is a
And then what
blast.
do we get in the corner on these bad boys? It looked like maybe they were that sloped four plate tall slopey piece,
Give me a second.
but I couldn't really tell. So
Jesus, I don't know why this is so hard to stud
Alphonse
on
Pearson
2x4s
says,
right
"What is the
now."
plan for transporting? Does it break down?" And is
Yes, it
Mark
does.
going on a
Well,
plane or driving? Mark is driving to Chicago. He lives in the Chicagoland area, and it
Yeah.
does indeed come apart.
And it's going into one of two 20-foot trucks that we're taking from the Brickworld storage unit. All right, so these sit on here, right?
Yep.
Literally just gravity holding them in.
Yep. It's the best technique.
It is a legal technique. It's just physics. All right, so take a look at this.
Focus.
There we go.
Yes, yes, indeed. All right. Okay. So what we've got there are the headlight bricks on their side with some cheese slopes,
Yep.
and then on the front half we've got that curved piece with the slope that goes down.
Yep.
To kind of make that transition, and then the terracotta bread loaf piece, the bread loaf piece as we call it, as the kind of the terracotta tile.
And since everything's only like most of these pieces are only on with one stud, it creates some nice little natural gaps in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah, sure.
I kind of like it. All right. That's right.
Close enough.
All right.
It's fine. It's good.
VMAC asks, are those drop pedals on the path?
Yes.
No, that's just
No,
accident.
they are.
What about
No,
the
you're wrong.
branch? You got the branch? There's a branch down there. Oh, is he talking about those?
He was.
Maybe he was. I think he was talking about the big
No, he
branch.
wasn't.
But there are some adorable pedals. Look at that.
Yep. Adorable. Ding dong.
Yeah. Rob C, wish you were coming to Chicago, my man. Don't we all? Don't we wish Rob Claxton could make it?
Seriously. I really do.
Smoky Smoke says some of us procrastinators will be there on Tuesday. I won't be there till Wednesday, probably mid to late afternoon.
Yeah. So actually,
So
that was a good question. So this is going to go into. I would have loved to have done a full demonstration on this. Fortunately enough, some stuff got delivered today that I was like, that's the perfect size box for each one of these modules. I will show you what's a good one to show you without moving too much. Every one of these modules is 2x1, 32 by 32 base plates.
2x1, so 64 by 32.
Yeah.
Look at
Oh,
that.
and here.
I did the
Oh,
math
look.
thing. Oh yes, the little
The garden
gate
wall.
thing, the garden wall.
Yes, we'll see how this turns out. I had to take the roof off because I needed it for this. And so I'll have to make another roof for that as well.
Rob Claxton is coming to Chicago. He'll be there Wednesday.
Yay, okay, cool.
All right.
He
Awesome.
started the rumor that he wasn't going to be there.
Well, Papa Trip did. Seems like.
Papa.
So that's all right. Rob says
Yeah.
coming, and Rob's somewhere down south. I don't remember where. Alabama, Rob. Somewhere a ways away though.
All right, so here we go.
Yeah, there we go. There's one slice of Mark right there.
Yeah, here's one. So they're all in two base plate sections, and I'll put each one in its own box. I will do my best to customize that box instead of just keep searching for new boxes. And the way I do that, I cut them up, I glue them back together. I'll probably be using packing tape because I don't have time for the glue to dry in this situation. Where is all my stuff? Hold on, here it is. I use some packing equipment that you can get on Amazon to reinforce the box that I put back together. And this got smashed somehow. I don't know how this happened, but this reinforces the edges and the corners. So you put this on the bottom of the box that you've Frankensteined together.
Yes, indeed.
And then up in the corners to make sure that you can stack them, and that they won't get smashed in the box. And I protect the corners with these corner protectors that fit right into
Nice.
the corner. They can
Do you-
also go on the outside of the box,
Yeah.
which may be what I do in this case because I don't have the time to match up how these are going to sit. But they do
Yeah.
actually fit well into each other.
Yeah. They do.
Just got to make sure that you tape them all, glue them in, all that
Have
sort of stuff.
do you typically buy those independently, or do you just recycle them as you get boxes that have them in there?
Both.
A little bit of both. All right.
Yeah, I get a lot of stuff shipped to me, so I am able to hang on to quite a lot of these. However, I plan to bring, what is this? How many modules is here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 modules, and then the house, and the lake is a nice. It's just a couple of base plates. This particular module here, the tea house, and I'm going to make some adjustments to this. So I'm glad I didn't cut the.
Ooh, yeah, that
Flex
should
tube
be
yet.
the very last thing you do is cut that beautiful flex tube.
The tea house is the only one that's on just one.
You just gave us a thumbs up.
Oops. Through this camera?
Yeah, there it is. Pretty fun.
Very cool. It's nice to see on the HDMI camera, or the 4K camera I have.
Yeah.
So yeah, each one of these, and that I've run into trouble with this before. Ben will remember the giant box I had to put my my Viking Fortress Mountain in, because somewhere in the rockwork I accidentally built over the seam and couldn't figure out where it was.
Yeah.
And so I just like, I need to find a giant box and just bring it in this way. So this section here, and that's the other, that I would not put all the leaves on the trees of this, even if they were all right where I wanted them. This is, oh my God, there's so much crap on this table. Because it's easier to transport that way. So this comes out.
There we go. It looks like you've got some light strings there that are going to be
Yep.
Incorporated into the build
Somewhere.
as well.
Maybe.
Lots of other people giving us their arrivals. Nate Dogg will be there Wednesday. Level Genesis, welcome Level Genesis, loves the build. Also bringing a Japanese inspired mock from a recent trip.
Yay.
So that sounds fun. Level Genesis. Is yours also Fabuland themed? Just asking for a friend.
I'm sure it is.
Let's see here. Sorry, Rob and Mark, but really glad to be seeing you there. Yeah, that's all right, Papa. You can start rumors as long as it ends in Rob confirming he's coming. So that's okay.
Yeah.
Smokey Smoke suggests you take some photos before you disassemble, just in case. We've got plenty of footage of this house, though, as well.
Yeah. I can go all the way back to 2 years ago when I started it.
Yeah, Papa
And it was
Trip's
a completely
ducking
different
out
shape.
because they're driving, starting tomorrow, to drive to Schonberg on Tuesday morning. Not Schomburg, Schonberg.
Schonberg, yes, that's what they call it on ACOB.
I see. The Bishop family will be there either late Wednesday or early Thursday. Tuesday afternoon for Super Hawk. And Team B, who's already there, says, what number are you on the venue map, Level Genesis? Lego Team B wants to see it. Lego Team B last year, Chris and Jess brought I don't know which one of you built it. I know, but it was a Ninjago build with a bunch of effect functions with some buttons that you could push. So Lego Team B perhaps also wants to get another look at this. I don't know, Lego Team B, if you're like largely a Japanese / Far East inspired fan, or you like lots of stuff. Let's see. Level Genesis says, ha ha ha, not Fabuland themed, but it's got a family mart and an arcade. All right, that sounds fun.
I like it.
VMAC says, I'll be there after I pick up Rob from the airport on Wednesday.
Fun.
There you go. That's fun.
Well, yeah, I definitely knew that he was coming because I know he and VMAC are sharing a room.
Brick Dead builds, we don't know. But are there A1 hating influencers coming? Maybe. Don't know. Clever Pig says, hype, I'm excited. We've seen Clever Pig once or twice before, but glad you're here and joining us.
Thank you for joining us
Gimme Brick
tonight.
says, I have to work Tuesday and then again on Wednesday, but I should be there around 2 to 3 on Wednesday. All right.
Oh, nice.
Level Genesis, I'll be at the Twin Lug booth. I also have a Fallout collab there as well. Okay, then I might have met this person already.
Yeah, I was going to say, You probably know
because
them.
I did see a Fallout build at Egan.
Okay.
So is that the same build level, Genesis? You'll have to let me know. Let's see here. Lego Team B says hi to Clever Pig, and Clever Pig says hi back. So there we go. So Mark's already deconstructing here to pack this up. You guys seem to have guilted him into it.
No,
So,
I'm deconstructing to put this roof back together here.
yeah. Let's see here. Let's see. Brick Dead Build says, Mark, the E done in the build is very easy to see as well done. I don't know what that means.
I don't
But
either.
okay. But all right. Sounds good. Who
Yeah,
knows?
sounds great. Yeah, I like it.
But there we go. So Mark's working hard on these Oh, here we go. Mark, the effort is easy to see.
Oh.
Well done.
Not the E done. That makes more sense. Thank you.
Yep. Some of our collab members brought their Fallout stuff to Egan. I'm part of a much larger multi-lug collab that I put together at last year's Brickworld. Okay. I do know a part of a much larger multi-lug collab that was put together at Brickworld a couple of years ago. Hawkeye Lego Man suggests you don't pull a moto, Mark, or of course,
I would try
as
not
we
to.
call it, a Larry on this stream.
Correct. It's we. Whereas some streams call it, don't pull a Larry pulling a moto.
Yeah, yeah. So what are we talking about when we say don't pull a Larry? Well, while Mark's coming back so we can talk some Lego news, let's play a song. And Mark, if you have to go to the bathroom, I guess you can run off and do that too.
Yeah, and I'll probably take a little bit longer of a break too to kind of like rest my voice and get some water and
All right.
take a little.
Sounds good. Okay, we'll play.
4 or 5 minutes.
Perfect. We'll play the Grand Fall, and then we'll start up with the news when we get back. So we'll give Mark a few minutes to rest up while we listen to Poor Larry and Shut Up Troy, some of our favorite moments. Here we go.
Larry's castle stood so tall, we all sat in awe. Think outside the blocks gave a round of applause. Proud and inspired, Larry showed the grand hall. Physics took over, we all watched the grand fall. Bricks fail, crashing dreams to the ground. In that moment, silence was the only except for Mark screaming, no, 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 no. Troy was grabbing a beer, hey, what happened, bro?
Yes, I pulled a moto.
No, you didn't.
I did. Under the castle. So dragons live here, right?
Oh my God, yes.
Level 1 dungeons. We got kitchens. This is a double high. This is the grand hall.
No, 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 no.
Like the grand hall.
I believe everything happens for a reason, and maybe this reason is for you to rebuild it better, bigger and better.
Shut up, Troy. My castle just fell. There's only 6 weeks to go. I'm in a full hell. Bricks fail.
All right. Well, I guess we're going to solo mode until Mark is back and ready. We'll talk a little bit of Lego news here soon because we are on cuteness overload for some new sets that are coming out shortly based on a couple of properties. One that's already in existence, another one that's already in existence as well, but getting a new movie here in a minute. Let's see. Some of the other people are suggesting Moto is awesome. I've heard that as well. He already said don't do it. I do. Apparently, Superhawk Bricks pulled a moto earlier. but we're able to rebuild it. At least it goes faster the next time. Indeed. Let's see here. Smoky Smoke says, I'm sorry, but what can we expect from 4 skinny legs and 3 base plates? Yeah, what was crazy about that, right? That was Friday Night Bricks that Mark and I joined. Larry is not going to be at Chicago this year, unfortunately. But the first time we were doing that, we were both working on our own stuff, and we were paying attention to Larry. But we didn't in real time see that it was leaning. If you rewatch the video, you can see that it's like basically falling over way before it actually tumbles. And we didn't really notice that. On the replay, it's pretty obvious. You can see it creeping. But Larry didn't notice it either. So at least we have that. Let's see here. Supak says, true, unless you tried building random with something, and then you end up with a few pieces left over. Yeah. Let's see here. You are supposed to know how it goes. That's true, but that happens. I pulled a Larry, says Gaming Bricks, on the Daily Bugle set. Let's see here. Ben, there aren't a lot of sets to talk about, just one piece of interest. Oh, it's not just one piece of interest, because Aberis points out that we also have Toothless Cuteness. Try to say that 10 times fast. So Aberis is getting us a dad joke in here today. And yes, that is where we're going to start. Toothless Cuteness. Here it is. This is the How to Train Your Dragon, releasing July 1st. Toothless. I don't know what to call this exactly. It's, I guess, obviously it's a model of a dragon, but I don't know what to call the style on this. He's definitely stylized. Jontron Brick suggests maybe he's kind of that chibi style. And maybe he is. But 784 pieces for $70. So at least a better deal than, say, the recently released busts that Lego's putting out there. Lots of cuteness in this guy here. Looks like he's got some sort of blue colored blast. This Toothless fires out some sort of lightning bolt. He's got the cool green eyes and a little fish that he basically regurgitates to try to give a hiccup. You can see he's very expressive, looks very cute. Looks like you can move the ears, which really helps with a lot of the ways that Toothless tries to express himself. He's got the big forked tongue, oversized forked tongue there. Cute as well in this picture. I do like, he's got his a little tail fin on there. Looks like the tail's kind of a cool construction as well. His wings are definitely dreadfully undersized, which really gives that chibi style appearance of him being way too small. And let's see here. We got some other comments here. I Larry'd my cathedral packing up after Fort Wayne last year. I pulled a moto before Indiana with a Hogwarts build. Lego needs to release more dragons. $70. Wow. I mean, price to parts is not bad on this. I don't know if the model is going to be substantial enough that you'll feel great about paying $70 for it. Kind of hard to tell. Maybe when we get to the lifestyle shots, we'll get a better idea of the size. But there are a lot of black curved slopes of various varieties, much like the new Disney dog, the Dalmatian, gave us a lot of white curved slopes. Now you got one of each here. Though Toothless here is half the price. Toothless brickheads. He's not really a brickhead exactly. He's more chibi, I guess, in terms of that. Like when you're thinking chibi, think the mini fighters from Star Wars. Brick Dynasty would describe him maybe as a weird-looking puppy dragon, but cute, buildable character. Yeah, I guess that's probably a somewhat fair description, except I think Smoky Smokes, sort of my issue with that is he's not really realistic. So that's kind of why I'm like, not sure what to call him. He's definitely stylized, for sure. Let's see here. We could also talk about Bricklink Designer Program Series. Yeah, I believe on Tuesday you can order the next wave. We can talk about that a little. if we want to. It's not really in the cuteness factor, though. Let's see here. Alphonse says this one is heads for me. Same size vein as Lloyd's Green Forest Dragon. All right. To be honest, I thought I'm seeing it because it gave me a bobblehead ragdoll type feel. All right. Yes. Series 5 pre-order start June 10th. Yeah, Tuesday.
Correct.
And Series 5 apparently will have more copies than previous series, so that's good.
Nice.
Let's see. Would the 2-pin wings make it the right scale? The 2-pin wings? I'm not sure how much bigger they'd have to be, but they'd have to be quite a bit bigger. Whatever I said, Smoky Smokes agreed with. So perfect. I'm sure that was in my rebuttal to what he said by calling it a buildable character. That's, the Star Wars ones, they've at least tried to make look like the source material, and they've all set them in like a similar scale now. We've got the K2SO, the Chopper, the R2D2, the C3PO, maybe technically even Chewbacca, that are supposed to be more of a realistic representation of what they're building. There's some winged ant or animal in here that's flying around that I'm going to try to catch with a needle nose plier on my monitor.
Did you get it,
Got away.
Mr. Miyagi?
I did not. I will try to get him again next time he comes. I don't want to slap my monitor.
Oh yeah, I get you. Not with a needle nose pliers.
Definitely not. Good evening.
Hey, Papa Rex.
Just got home from my son's piano recital. Hope it was fun. Mark was muted. He wasn't really muted. He was drinking some drinks to get his voice all ready to go.
No, I was trying to talk, but I had this was in my pocket, and I forgot to switch my mic back. What I was saying wasn't important though, so it's okay.
All right. Moto agrees it is a chibi style dragon.
Yeah.
Nate Duck says it'd be funny if it had a bobblehead. It probably can move its head a bit, I would guess, but yeah, probably more side to side and not so much bobbly. Let's see here. Yeah, they blew that with the new stap. So apparently the stap is not in the same size range as the other ones. I had heard that it was, but maybe it's not.
Stap is cool though.
The stap is very cool.
I like this. I mean, yeah, it's chibi. It is cute though.
He's so cute. Yeah.
Yeah. His
So
mouth
cute.
opens and closes.
Look at that.
He can blow water. He spits at you.
Yeah, it's not water. He shoots like lightning.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's supposed to look like lightning. I don't know if it looks like lightning, but
yeah,
whatever.
His fire is different. That's
yeah. So here we are.
Make sure your cabinets match your walls. Always want to paint your furniture the same color as your walls, just so people don't know where it is.
How could they possibly have writing on an art piece? That seems so foreign to me. But why does it say? It says less something. Don't know. Lay something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'd like to know.
There he is with a half
ball.
glass ball on there, and
it looks like a silicone breast implant. I'm just going to say it. That's what it looks like.
A little too round, I think, but yeah. And here he is with some sort of wood puzzle. I'm not sure. Next to him.
You definitely don't know what the title of that book is.
No.
Moto says, I dig the chibi look, but I'm sure many fans will go Star Wars hater wanting something for their castle builds.
Okay.
Perhaps. Brick Dead Build says we've seen this room before.
Maybe from a different angle.
Nick Sigsby says, and then have different color and style chairs at the table. Yeah,
That's
of course.
Required.
Yeah, you have to. It clearly says lies.
That's when I first thought of Barris, I thought the same thing, that it said lies on the artwork, but it does say le something.
It doesn't seem to be Les Miserables, no.
Yeah.
Moto says, because you can see the other word here. I don't know what that says. In which case they combine Ninjago.
Yeah, there have been a couple of Ninjago dragons that have been quite spectacular. They do have the pre-molded head pieces, though. And this is all brick built, but obviously, scale-wise.
It's a good brick built character head, even though it's not the actual character. It's some sort of weird chibi anime version of that character. Brick Dead Build says the round table is cable spool style. You always need that. They like their twine spools too. Hey, look who's here! It's Reed from Friday Night Bricks. Good to see you tonight, sir. Thanks for joining us.
Generaltron Bricks gives a thumbs up. Okay, I don't know if that's for the set or something else, but I give a thumbs up too. We've got books with nothing on the spines again, and or flipped around. If they do have something on the spine, you have no idea what they're reading.
None.
They could be reading the book series that How to Train Your Dragon is on. I don't know. VMAC suggests maybe it says Le Petit Dragon. Maybe.
Can this dragon be put in a flyable pose?
I don't think so. He looks like he's kind of just
squats.
Squatting. Yeah.
And he can move his head and squat.
Yeah. And you can see here they've got, so that was the other thing I was going to mention. So the day after, during Brickworld, the day after, it's on this Friday, the How to Train Your Dragon live action version comes out. I don't know how close it'll be to the animated one. Looked like it was pretty similar, but you can see a picture down here of that version from the live action movie sitting down there. So you can see they're definitely a bit different. I don't know why they chose this shot of all of the shots to use, but that's what they went with. So I don't know. Let's see. Nick Sigsby suggests that it's kind of like a pop style. Yeah, like the pop figures.
Funko Pop.
Yeah, like Funko Pops. Hockey Lego Man says, my family is seeing the movie Friday. Yeah, I asked my son if he wanted to go. He was a big fan of the series when he was a bit younger. He's getting a little older now. I'd still like to go see it with him. But who knows? Looks like a Terrible Terror breed dragon, but in black.
I don't know what that is.
They've got, so there's a whole bunch of, in the movie and in the series and in the books and everything else, various breeds have different names. I don't remember which one's the Terrible Terror, but they have quite a few. Z Spouse says she'll come with me. So, all right, that's good.
Papa Rex says a squat dragon. Yeah. It's more of a dragon squat. Moto says Funko Pop Brickheads. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, we've got some more Brickheads coming up here in a minute when we get to all the One Piece sets.
Smoky Smoke says I love the red and black adult themed box. Interesting. Yeah.
That's true.
It did get the black box treatment, didn't it?
It did get black box. Yep.
Wonder who is this for? It's for a woman in a room whose furniture is painted to camouflage with the wall.
Yep.
VMac Attack says, I'm so happy they put blueprints on the boxes now. Beaver. And then he just throws in a beaver for no reason.
Yeah. So this is weird. So we've got 4 chairs in the room. 2 of them look similar, but one's painted. But then we've got the stool, whatever one she's sitting on that we can't see, and then the one in the back. I feel like we've seen this lifestyle model before as well.
Yeah. Lay what?
But I can't
lay what?
Finger on it.
What's on your painting?
Not sure indeed.
Yeah. Another sconce.
We got some lamps. Hey, I got a question.
Another random sconce hanging all the way down, or like the hanging sconce. Like who has those against their wall like that? Hanging that low.
That close to the bottom.
Yeah.
The annoying winged bug hasn't come back yet, but
Level Genesis
is
is
get him.
Calling it. We'll get at least one Shrek set next year. I don't think Lego could resist giving that to not nostalgic adults. Yeah. If they've got the relationship with Warner Brothers.
Are they doing some sort of live action Shrek set, or it's just because they're with DreamWorks or Warner Brothers now?
There's probably gonna be a live action Shrek movie. I wouldn't be surprised. Sarah DeRossa says matching chairs that don't match. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Kind of got that going like Norm.
AI lifestyle lamp. I love lamp, says Papa Rex.
What about the back here behind her shoulder next to the urn for Grandma?
They both have pareidolia. First of all,
this thing looks like
a reverse snowman. It's a snowman standing on its head with his hat on its butt.
It gave me a butt vibe for some reason, just seeing it from here.
Yeah, it's because that's what it is.
Yeah, it looks like a butt.
The Near Family Farmhouse says it's all AI looking. Yep. Ben, it turns out those the actors for the Brickworld ad, neither one was AI. But boy, did that woman ever sound AI? Did she not?
Oh, yes,
she just pronounced things bad. Weird. Yeah, I was just like, well, let's go with the other one. Hawkeye Lego Man says found all their seats on clearance. Yeah,
Could be.
That's it. 2 unmatching chairs and a non-matching stool.
All right.
I know they're up in their game. We got to update our list.
VMAX with me. It looks like 2 butts stacked on top of each other.
A butt and now.
Yeah, it's like if,
I'm not gonna get into
Kim
it.
Kardashian's butt implant slipped on her leg. That's what we have.
Level Genesis says she snuck into an IKEA and just lives there now.
That could be. Yeah, a booty stack. Yeah.
Booty stack. Yeah.
Yeah.
With the top hat.
All right. So outside of Toothless, who's super cute, I also got 7 One Piece sets.
Ooh.
One Piece I have not watched. though I know some people are into it, including your husband. Is that correct, Mark?
Yes, he does watch it, or he did.
Right.
Maybe he saw all of it. I did not watch with him. I watched a couple episodes and was like, okay.
Yeah.
General John's Brick says, me, how much of everything do you want? AI, yes.
So we got this Brickheads. Yay, exciting. We've got this creepy clown Brickheads.
Yeah.
His name's apparently Buggy the Clown.
I do believe he's an evil character in the show too. I have caught a couple things from it, and these do look like the characters from the show. They're good representation, good Brickheads.
All right.
Hey, got to keep it next to your psychedelic art paper.
Yeah.
Love the lifestyle shots with no people.
Yeah, $10, so not horrible. Price the part's okay, as they always are with Brickheads, but
They're Brickheads.
They're Brickheads. Right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the more exciting things. So which one do you want to start with, Mark?
Let's start with the battle at Arlong Park. Just because it's the one I'm least excited about.
All right. So let's take a look at this. They have these creepy giant arm things, which is kind of fun, I guess. I think they may have used these before. I don't remember if it was a incredible set, or if they're going to use them or did use them for like Fantastic Four as well. But those things are wacky. Lots of new figure molds.
Yeah.
So if you're a fan of any of the molds or any of the characters, you got lots of choices here.
Which makes me think they're sticking with this for a while. Level Genesis says, would love more Ain. I believe that's one of the characters. V Mac says 176 One Pieces.
Yes.
Level anime themed sets. Okay, that makes more sense. Rich Henderson says it's hilarious to critique the room decor in the photo. I've been missing out. Oh, we do. Yeah. There's go back and watch the second hour of every episode.
My friend.
Yeah, you will get a lot of critiquing the lifestyle shots, room decor. You'll get some very in-depth discussion on the lifestyle shots.
Oh, yes, you will.
Even get if you watch the third hour during a certain phase of our show, you might see a lot of AI. I'm sorry. Yes, AI created lifestyle shots that Ben and I put together ourselves because we thought they were important.
Yeah, everybody was keeping track of where those crazy stretchy arms came from. Apparently, Miss Marvel from 8 years ago, we had these, and I do remember she had the blue shirt with the red arms coming out. It was some set with a jet. But yeah, so apparently that's where we first saw those. Look at this.
Hey, it's Jazzy Viking Bricks.
Jazzy Viking Bricks is here. She finally made it on. And what do you know? We didn't ban her yet. Level Genesis says new tropical shirt Thursday torso option in this set. Apparently that is a thing.
It's a thing at Brickworld. Tropical shirt Thursday.
And there we've got some girl in a tropically looking shirt as well.
So Ron Smith is loving the red roofs. I will say this is the reason I'm least excited about this is and the dark red pieces are very cool. I don't like the fake building size. The fact that it's like this is the Legoland sort of what's it called? Approach to scale, where the first floor is minifig scale and the rest of them are just kind of like 1/3 of So I don't appreciate that there's not a full interior and they kind of squash the building so it would like it would look like a multiple story building, but it's really not. Like I don't like that.
And I get that there is,
and she's banned.
We haven't banned her yet. And I guess we've called various things illusion scale, where it looks like a minifig would fit in the area or in the arena, but it's nothing close to what would really be scaled that way, like a pirate ship, or a castle or that kind of thing.
True.
This isn't even quite that. It's more like it's more like minifig illusion first level, and then some sort of forced perspective for everything else.
Yes. Nick Sigsby says, remind me to never post. He has a great idea. I like this idea. We should ask people to post pictures of their homes so we could lifestyle.
And then we can lifestyle shot them. We've done
100%. Thank you, Nick. That's a great idea.
We've done our own lifestyle shots though for our mocks.
From my living room.
Yes. So if you want to find one, Rich. That was after Brickworld Milwaukee, I believe we did that. So that would have been last year in April, around April 20, the week of April 20 something.
2 years ago.
You can find that one.
Shihab is here.
2 years
Alphonse Soup Person says so much overlapping at Brickworld, had to choose tropical shirt token draft or Tips and Bricks thing. Oh, which one did you choose? Tips and Bricks is going to be
Lots of
awesome.
stuff.
Art print is a Maison Fleurs print. Okay, hey, Brick Dad Builds is great at investigating these
He
things.
always finds these things for us. He finds the crazy lamps that were like, who would buy that? And now he's finding the art pieces for us.
Nate Dog Hobby says need a solid color torso with these. Okay. General Tom's Brick says I never knew I'd love to critique lifestyle shots. It's so much fun. Everyone's sleeveless in the show too, so it does kind of make sense that they don't have any solid color torsos anywhere. It's very true to the costume
dude
show,
over here with the bandana. He looks like he's got a bit of a sleeve, but everyone else is sleeveless.
Yeah,
pretty crazy. Also, I know it's based on a property, and the property is a bit wacky. But some of these things I'm looking at and I'm just like, huh?
But it's apparently pretty hot right now.
All right, fair enough. Like the shark mouth top, I'm kind of like, what? So this is the one that Mark gives the biggest meh to. Oh, it does explode, Mark. Look at that.
Oh, hey, well, at least it has a play feature.
Yes.
You can blow it up
with a strong punch. Look at the schnoz. Look at the protuberant nose on the purple guy. They usually have noses, but that guy's got a protuberant one for sure.
100%.
And then here he is with his bendy arms. Got fish face. I mean, I don't know these names. I should probably see this show eventually. We've got any new parts that we're seeing that we're really hyped about here?
Not really.
Yeah, I don't really see much. It looks like it's mostly the minifig molds that
dear Lord,
we're going to be interested in.
There's a ball.
Ooh, good action shot there.
Yeah, make sure you look like you're amazed that it blew up.
Yeah. Looks super surprised.
Go back to that kid's room.
Let's see here. 3 random wanted posters included. All right.
Well, yeah, that's kind of the thing is there's a lot of wanted posters in the game. I think they did this with in the show. I mean, I think they did this with Harry Potter too. Where it's just like they've got the wanted posters for all of the characters because they're all running from the law, if I remember correctly. And so they're randomly put in each set as well, which characters wanted posters you get with it. Now, we'll go one forward, please.
All right. Well, just a couple notes here. We got some weird wood art sculpture in the back.
Driftwood sculpture is fantastic.
We got the hat to make you think that this kid watches a lot of One Piece, and we've got a ball. Course,
we got a ball,
but some art that's no longer on the wall.
And the I don't believe I've ever seen a room framed quite that way. In Chicago we have like the exterior structure architecture made famous by the Mears van der Rohe. The Hancock Tower is probably one of the best examples of it, where all the support beams are on the outside, so you can see the cross structure holding up the building. Apparently, that's the concept behind this room.
Guess so. It's definitely got a very
Takanoma. There we go.
And we just took the kid out here. Like the rest of it's the same, but we slightly tilted the camera here.
But that chair, first of all, one of the chairs is facing away from the table.
Yeah.
The easy chair in the back is what. It's just like everything in that room is so sloppy.
Yeah.
It's like, let's throw 3 extra blankets on this, 2 throw pillows. How could you sit on that chair?
And I think it's got like one of those. Like it was a couch that his parents bought in the 80s, so it's got a floral pattern on it.
Yeah.
So he's got like one of those covers that you put over it that don't really fit that well.
I think you're totally right.
Yeah, I think that's what's going on here.
So do you see any books?
Bug and a flower.
Oh, that's what they are. You're right.
Oh, like a beetle. I got a stupid bug in here that I'm still trying to catch. And there's our random ball.
Yep.
That's required.
It's important.
Is he on the step in the instructions? Anybody know? We always ask.
It looks like the shark head is in his hand, and I'm pretty sure I can see a shark head in that picture. So yes.
That's always what we need to ask. The floor is concrete. It kind of looks like planks of some variety. Nick and Bricks.
And they took the leftover wood and made that table out of it and stained it. Yep.
I don't know.
I think you're right.
Let's see here. Not a conspiracy theorist, but I generally believe all Lego lifestyle shots are 100% AI generated. I don't know about that. There've been a couple where there's been some weird shenanigans.
There's definitely been some photoshopping in them. Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes they do scale changes.
Yeah.
But we've definitely found Photoshop and AI lifestyle shots and talked quite a bit about them. So
100%.
Yeah, framed art stacked on the tabletop because you don't need the table space.
Nope.
Nope.
That's where artwork goes. Staring
Nope.
up at the ceiling,
Yep.
stacked on top of each other. That's how it works.
Kevin Schmidt says, with the straw hat on the table, I'm wondering if they have stylized the room for the theme of the show. Well,
You're not wrong.
what do you know, Kevin Schmidt? It almost seems like they did that intentionally. Yeah. Yeah, straw hat because Luffy or Luffy, I don't know what his name is. I guess I gotta watch the show again. Let's see here. I wonder if that ball is actually an orb that's the source of the kid's power. I think the source of
Possibly.
his power is the iPad with the instructions on it. Because if you didn't know, you can build Lego sets with online instructions. We did have this nasty rumor for a while they were going to move to just online instructions.
We did that for
Been
Brickworld.
killed a couple times, but who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark's not afraid to do it.
Yeah, because the instructions for the exclusive set would have been 118 pages, and I just wasn't going to print that.
Yeah, it's Luffy, I've been
Luffy.
told. So perfect.
This kid's like a body double for Luffy. They got the stunt double from the show to do this lifestyle shot.
Yeah.
I think Luffy's a lot older than that, and not much though. They're all young.
Yeah.
They need to just put the Lego Builder app logo on the iPad instead of instruction. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because they changed instruction. It's not like they're not finding a new instruction for each one. They're just not finding any instructions from the actual set that's being built.
Yeah. It's so, and sometimes they're the same. It's the same picture.
Sometimes, yeah.
But I don't know
Depending on,
where
like,
they're
the release
getting
wave.
this. It's just so weird. Like, it'd be nice if it was just, some random page in the instructions, but
Yeah.
no, it never is. All right. So that
All right,
was.
so real quick, I was going to say, when I get sick, a song will get stuck in my head and it turns like maddening where I'm just like, I can't get the song out of my head. I don't know why it keeps repeating and it just keeps going. And for some reason, the other day, it was this song.
That might be some of our best work.
Maybe.
So yeah, anyone who's joining us for the Brickworld hype, we've been at this for a while now, and we do get stupid from time to time.
We do.
Teasing Lego stuff, and that was a sampling of some of the lifestyle shots we did of mocks from the Milwaukee show a couple of years ago.
General John's Brick says it's a Temu brand Luffy hat on top of it all. Matthew Dahl says, I wish the Lego app would run on PC or Mac. My iPad is just too slow for it. VMac Attack says it's probably a printed sheet on the stock photo iPad, so they don't have to worry about glare or reflection that are photoshopped over it. Not a bad point.
I
figured it was
over it.
Photoshop. I did pretty good at photoshopping stuff into those, and the ones that we did that were fake. I can see why the lyrics are catchy, right?
You didn't say that the lyrics were.
I said the song was stuck
just
in
the
my head.
song. Yeah.
Instrumental songs can get stuck in your head, Alex.
They can. It's possible. All right. Where should we go next? Windmill Village or Buggy the Clown Circus Tent?
Buggy the Clown Circus Tent.
All right. So Buggy the Clown, $55, 573 pieces. Looks like we've got 4 minifigures. I'll tell you, that Buggy guy does look a little creepy. Again, lots of new molds for the characters themselves and the crazy hats. Luffy looks like he can put his hat on his back. He's got one of those neck bracket things.
Yeah.
So he's got the hat. I don't know. Doesn't look like he can put on both the hat and the hair at the same time, but what if? Not sure. Looks like somebody was frozen at one point in this build.
I think they're in chains in a tank of water. It's a magic show.
Okay.
If I remember the show correctly. I do remember this scene.
I'm not sure what's up with the sword. That looks like it has a extra little bar handle coming out of it.
It looks more like it's a lance.
So some sort of new mold for the ninja sword there. So I'm not sure what's up with that.
VMAC Attack says, surprisingly aren't focusing on Buggy's power here.
Okay.
Brick Dad Build says,
Believe you.
IP Tax seems low on this. Must have got good contract for usage.
Okay.
Dung tape, maybe. It's like the David Copperfield thing where like we're gonna chain you up in a tank of water and
gotta
you've got to
escape.
free yourself. Well,
Yeah.
true, the tune can get in my head too. Yeah, I
Yeah.
hope it does.
Yeah. And we had a lot of laughs about those lifestyle shots.
A clown, but no balloons or sewers. Well, he's
Yeah.
creepy
A
anyway.
little different. Yep.
Brick Built Lab says the one guy holds the sword in his mouth. Okay.
Oh, that's the 3-sword guy. Remember we talked
Yes.
about that like so many times.
Yes. We're in the
Three-sword
Blockleverse.
technique thing. Yes.
Yes. New sword
Right.
might be so all three can go on his hip.
It's
Level
sneak.
Genesis says, I think he can hold the sword in his mouth. That new clip should help. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Well, let's go through some of these other product shots and see if we see this guy holding a sword in his freaking mouth.
I guess we're gonna find out.
We better.
We got the creepy clown. Got the fun little clown flag.
This happens in, of course, like a big top tent, and this is the big top tent. You get
Yeah, it's
1/8 of it.
Not really a big top. Yeah.
It's more of a
The
movie set than a play set.
Yeah. The old three. There it is. The old 3-sword.
There we
technique.
go.
He's got it in there. So it's called Buggy Pirates.
Yeah. And one
Yeah.
of them ends up like in a
Yeah.
box or something. I can't remember what happens in the scene. I know that they're like fighting over the.
There's a tiny clown coming out
Is this scene, if I remember correctly, is it actually about the One Piece and like the clown has it, or the clown has some sort of power and he's using it against the other characters? And
the wanted posters with the question marks on them, since you don't know which ones you're getting.
yeah, I think the clown ends up that size at the end of the scene.
Okay.
Matt wanted to watch this while we were traveling, and so I was just like, okay, go ahead. I was doing something. I was probably working on AI lifestyle shots.
Yeah.
In our hotel room. So Hawkeye Ligament says they show Buggy's power in another image, can separate limbs like sliced meat,
Okay.
like his own limbs. Is that right? I remember telling you about Zoro when we saw the swords. Okay. Level Genesis says, real talk though, would love a Lego circus set, need a giant tent and everything. Okay. Fair enough. Buggy's parts are trapped in the boxes. That's what it is.
Okay.
So he separates himself and they okay.
Yeah, that we've
something
seen
weird was happening in that.
We've seen a few tents here and there. We've actually talked tents lately on this show a couple times because I hate the Animal Crossing version.
Yeah.
They also do the cloth version, or various cloth elements to form the shape. They also did a number of tents in the Bricklink Designer Siege set. They're much smaller, and I don't know, like interior wise, how they do. This gives you the illusion. I guess it's not like bad.
Uh-huh.
It is just very illusionary, I guess. Is the pair new? Question mark.
Ooh.
So
I think
like
it's in one of the Animal
owl.
Crossing sets. It's in one of the Animal Crossing sets. It's in, I think, the Seasons Houses one with Fang and Stitches.
Right. Your dog run off?
No, she hasn't come down all day. I think it's been hard for her to get down here lately because there's a bunch of crap in the way for some reason.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah. I thought maybe she was finally coming back down, but she tripped on a couple boxes earlier, and I think now she's scared. She's going through a puppy scary phase.
Yeah.
She does from time to time. I'm trying to look for Tim Leidy's circus tent.
Okay. And then we've got some kid with very bright green pants. I don't know who dressed him today. Probably his hippie mother. Working on playing with the set here. He's very excited. He's got the emo hair like I'm rolling with today. This was called Took a Bath because I was feeling stressed and didn't bother combing it in any way, shape, or form. We got iPad instructions, and guess what? They're the exact same as the last iPad instructions we saw. This kid does have a treasure chest on the table, though. So that's exciting for him. I wonder what's in there. He's also got some cardboard that he's like traced and cut out. So not sure what that's about. But yeah, definitely not the iPad instruction that he's on, nor is it probably even from this set. There are 2 random wanted posters included in this one. There was 3, I think, in the last set. So you only get 2 in Buggy Pirates.
I can't find any pictures of our 2017 collab. There's a while where I wasn't taking freaking pictures for some reason.
Yeah. A clown dressed him was the suggestion from the Bishop family. Could be. He does look quite mismatched there.
There we go.
Let's take a look at this poor kid. He's wearing like a bluish green jean jacket. He's got some sort of bead necklace on. He's got like a faux turtleneck and then bright green pants. Like, what happened? I don't know. It could have been the clown that dressed him. I don't know. We also have a lamp over a wicker chair real close to the top of the chair. You better be careful when you sit down.
Yeah.
I end up looking like a dunce cap if you smack your head on that. Let's see. Lime green pants to
Color coordinate with the Lego pair. Yeah, good call.
Or the green hair on the figure there. Yeah, I guess they're more lime. There's maybe sort of between the lime green and the regular green on the hair there. So who knows? Let's see here. The Near Family Farmhouse says that picture of him with the green pants does not even look like it lines up with the rest of him. Yeah.
Right? That's not good posture in that chair. That's the problem there.
Yeah.
It looks like Drop Dead Fred. It does look like Drop Dead Fred. It's not a bad call at all.
Yeah. I'm not sure whose dad is Davy Jones. It could be Buggy. It could be Three Sword Guy, or it could be this kid. I don't know. But someone's dad's Davy Jones. Let's see here. You've convinced me to take a lifestyle photo of my mock. Yes, do it. For sure.
Make sure there's a ball in it, and all your books, the binding is facing away from the camera. Make sure there's a ladder to nowhere. Make sure there's a dead fern in the foreground.
Also, if you do have stairs in the shot, make sure there's lots of junk on them so you're using them as a shelf instead of stairs.
Bonus points.
All of your chairs must mismatch and have a weird lamp, please.
Bonus points if your mock is inexplicably in the middle of a stair with a ball behind it, a stack of books on the right of it.
Mm-hmm. And grandma's urn somewhere in the shot as well.
Grandma's urn somewhere. Always have to have an urn in a lifestyle shot. It's all about lifestyle. And
no color
lifestyle like urns.
This is different. We're not talking about the colors. We're not guesstimating or estimating the colors of the Lego brick. Instead, we're talking about the color of his pants, which totally
are 100% lime green.
100%.
No doubt.
They're not Lego lime green, but they are lime green.
We can talk about color when we're right.
Yeah. The hanging light is perfect for banging your head every time you sit down. Yeah, that thing would drive me crazy. Like when you have, how many times have you like remodeled your house? I don't know who was going to say this, but you have the one light that hangs down over the kitchen table.
Yeah.
You move the kitchen table and you walk into the
right
damn
into
light.
It. Yes.
Like 5 times, even though it's this big shiny thing, you shouldn't miss. And you're just like,
nobody uses hanging sconces this way. Nobody.
Yeah.
They don't go up against the wall. They don't go midway down the wall. And again, we have like the Escher shelf back there. Like, how are those chests of drawers sitting in the middle of the wall that way? Unless there's a shelf, which you can't really tell because the entire wall is wood.
The suggestion is maybe it's a heat lamp to dry your hair.
It might be. Maybe he's in a salon.
Yes. Little Genesis wants a UCS Grandma's Urn $500. Hey, if they do a good enough shaping to make it round, maybe I could be convinced. By the way, Little Genesis, I'm also technically a member of Twin Lug, but I can never make it to the meetings. But you can find me in the Eurobricks area if you're looking for me. And Mark, are you going to be in the Eurobricks area too, or is your mock somewhere else?
No, actually, mine's the one like facing the entrance.
All right.
That's why it needs to be done.
All right.
Nick 60 says that light has cooked the kid's hair. That's why it looks so crusty.
It could be.
It looks like he's bleached it too often.
He's got
split ends.
Bona fide Joker smile. Oh, I don't think it's that bad. He's just, his teeth are kind of big still.
Yeah. He'll grow into them. Alphonse Person says, I've broken a number of my mother's Christmas orbs hanging from a light at the dining room table multiple times over multiple years. V Macatech says, Brickworld set next year is an urn. Level Genesis says, I'll stop by and say, okay. Whoops.
Hey, everybody, not just Level Genesis, just because we had the Twin Lug connection. Jazzy.
No granny figgy, no buy.
Yes. You're here, Jazzy. Come to a meeting sometime. I do occasionally make meetings, but they're hard because they're on Sundays, and we oftentimes have sporting or family events on Sundays. So it's very hard for me to make it. The evening, when I can think outside the blocks, is the only time I'm free on Sundays. I oftentimes have to leave an event or when we just wrap up an event to get here. So afternoons on Sundays are really hard. So it'd be great if it was a different day. I understand Sunday's probably better for most other people. That's what happens. Where is Z Cerberus on the map again? I am connected right to the Eurobricks tables this year.
I'll bring up the map and show you where we're going to be.
So you can find that there. All right.
Oh,
so while you're doing that, we can move on to the next set, which is this Windmill Village one, because I don't know.
Hold on. This was the circus tent that Tim
yes.
Lighty built for our haunted theme park, our abandoned theme park. Hey, look, the robot prostitute is in there.
Why wouldn't she be?
She was outside the so she was outside the castle. She was an
Hey.
animatronic, and the skin had melted away over time. So
Yeah.
that's how we justified having her in the in the haunted
Yeah.
amusement park. But yeah, I thought that was one of the first really inspiring things I saw Tim Lighty build.
Oh.
Everything he builds is inspiring.
Apparently you haven't been paying attention then, jerk.
He was still young then. This was 2017.
Yeah, even so. He was already better than us then.
And the operative word there is really.
Yeah.
Like I said,
He's built
everything
so many good things.
Yeah, is inspiring for sure. Whoops, I'm sorry.
Okay, whatever. So the one thing about this is that the village is a windmill village, but there's no windmill in this set, which I guess is
That's a
little
good point there.
odd. Now the dude does have like a hat with some hair molded into it, so that's cool, I guess. Not sure what this piece is that the kid's eating from, and I think it's just one of those purple egg pieces with something else attached to it. I don't know. I guess maybe for the colors I'd buy this, but otherwise this is kind of boring to me. Let's see. The stats on this. $30, 300 pieces. So basically right at the 10 cent mark.
I would
Three
buy this.
figures though.
I would buy this as a parts pack. I think the figures are cool too.
Yeah, and
I don't know
this-
what he's eating.
what this thing is behind him here either.
Pineapple wallpaper?
I guess. I
Duh.
don't know.
I mean, duh.
Yeah. Like why? Okay, nope.
Yeah,
it's
like why do you have to ask?
It's a latticed piece. So I think it's a
Pineapple wallpaper.
nope, it's a lattice piece. It just does not look like a lattice piece at all in this picture. Oh, it's just the shadow is all weird on this. I can see it now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looked crazy. Looked crazy in those
It did
pictures.
look crazy. Looked like pineapple wallpaper.
And it does look like he can put the hat on over the hairpiece. So that's kind of interesting. I'm a little surprised Lego doesn't like staple it down because if it doesn't stud in, you can't wear it on your head. But seems like it just goes right over the top of it. Maybe only one wanted poster in this set. Wah, wah, wah. And they definitely photoshopped over the top of it so that you couldn't see which one they had on there. But there are figures.
Yeah.
Got Scarface, Anchorman, and Green Haired Girl. Those are their actual names in the show. Oh, no.
You can play with this in a blue void.
Wearing your blue hat and your blue sweatshirt.
And your checkered lime green socks.
And white socks.
Or is that spring yellowish green?
I don't know. We can talk about it. So
yeah,
don't tell us we can't.
Or
is that a new boat color? I think the boat was a medium nougat. But yeah, I don't know if we've done it in that color before. Maybe it's even lighter than medium nougat because the medium nougat crate is over here. But we don't talk about colors in these types of shots, especially if a maple polybag's on the line.
It's a gum fruit, says Brick Dynasty. Hey, Brick Dynasty,
Obviously.
thanks for joining us tonight.
Yeah.
I think that's the fruit that gave him his powers. Okay. It's a beach bar starter pack. This is the bar, but
Fair
they couldn't
enough.
call it a bar. Okay. Good
All
to
right.
know.
All right. So they called
let's
it
see.
Windmill
Hey,
Village
look at
Shack
here.
or something. Hey,
21 and a
hey,
half
Kev.
hours. We got the countdown from Kyle and from Sean there.
Be at the Rennie.
He's eating a headpiece. It does look like that.
Kinda.
What was it called? Gamja fruit or something like that? Gum.
Gum fruit. Who knows?
Wasn't
All right.
overly far off. Blue screen instead of green screen. It's just a blue void, man.
Yeah,
Doesn't
they've had
everyone
a
have
few. Sometimes they randomly do this instead, where they do instead of the weird lifestyle shot, they just do this weird one colored room thing. And maybe it is like we're just gonna Photoshop the room in later. I don't know, but
yeah. Do they have bottles on the shelves back there? It's definitely a bar.
yeah, they definitely look like they do. Is that picture in the actual set? Is that instruction in the actual set? Answer no.
No.
Yeah, they definitely have some goblets and things up on top of the wall. And they
I-
do look like they have a life preserver piece, maybe even up there.
Yeah, because it's on a pier.
Yeah.
Somebody gets drunk and falls in the water, you throw that to them on the
Yeah,
non-alcohol.
I assume it's
apparently.
the one we've already seen with the stud on top. Yeah, I think it's there. But
Yeah.
they like to use that as a toilet seat, of course, because
Yeah,
Lego's
they used
obsessed
it-
with toilets.
They used it really nicely in the pirate ship set too. Level Genesis says this year I'm actually going to be brave and try to join in for some late night socializing at the Rennie's lobby.
All right.
Um,
Good job. Good
Didn't have a
choice.
side
Good
effect.
choice.
Unable to swim. You're asking the wrong folks. I mean, the chat can answer you, of course, if they know. But I have no idea about the show. Spoiler: Red hair man might be a minifigure. Lots of people might be pulling the left arm off of. Okay, fair enough. Spoiler:
Okay. I don't know why, but all right.
here we are. We're right here. You walk in the
Yes.
entrance, and you're going to go right
Euro
up. There's
Bricks, Euro
Hauger.
Bricks. Yep, that's me.
You get your own special name, even though you're part of Eurobricks.
Yep.
And then this is my pagoda house right here.
All right. See, so you are with Eurobricks. Why'd you even say you weren't?
I didn't say I
And
wasn't.
you're right next to me. Perfect.
I said I am,
All right, cool.
and
Cool,
we're
cool,
right in the door.
Cool, cool,
Like,
cool.
we're right here. We're the first. Like you walk down this gauntlet of
You go
sponsors.
past BAM, and it's a block party,
Boom.
and then boom, there we are. Well, right by K-Town Bricks, so I can spend all my money over there.
Yes, and Citizen Brick is right across the street.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
Fail.
good stuff. Fail.
Fail for us. We're in trouble.
Fail. We get to hang out there all weekend. I won't be there. I will
Yeah,
never be at
Whistslug
my
and
display.
Foxslug's pretty close by, so I can go see some of our friends over there too. So yeah, lots of fun happening over at the Eurobrick section.
Yeah.
And where'd Twin Lug end up on this? I don't see him here. I see Chai Lug, I see Whistslug, I see Foxslug, I see Empire Lug. There's Twin Lug. 124.
124. On the opposite side of the room. There you go.
Of course, they always
That's
end up
where your lug
opposite
is.
side of me. Why wouldn't they? Let's see. D Bishop says we're at 45. Hawkeye Lego Man's at 42. Alphonse is at 30. Rich Henderson agrees. Loves K-Town and Citizen. Yes. Yes.
45 for the Bishops. Hawkeye Lego Man. 42.
42.
Right by us.
Indeed. Nice.
30 facing Whistslug is down here. We're all in the same area. All the tainted in the same spot.
Awesome. Gaming Brick will be over
Foxlug,
with K-Lug,
yes.
so that's a bit of a walk, but we'll
Yeah. But
hopefully you
you'll
can
be
come
over there. You'll be over there streaming.
Yeah, Foxslug, that's me and the Wagners, indeed.
Woo.
Also, Foxslug should be. Why am I all of a sudden blanking? Scott, the Vanderleasts, probably over there as well, I'm guessing.
I'm going to go ahead and drop this in. The,
VMAX at 22. Fallout music will be playing. Ooh, look at all this stuff.
So
we
I
got
dropped
going
a
here.
I dropped a link in the chat, but you should have that link in your registration email that we sent out last week to let you know that the app was open and that the layout was complete. And then you look through this. Did they put an index on it this year? We have 2 display rooms this year, by the way. I don't think they did yet. They will have one out before the show starts.
There's a scale, though.
You kind of just have to go in and look for your name until then.
Yeah.
We
these
need a
people.
scale for the fire marshal.
Nate Dogg's at 45. Did I miss an email? Well, we just told
45
you where
with
you
the
can find it
Bishops.
now.
63.
We're by concessions. Oh,
Unilug.
good. Brickload Labs.
Woo! Brick
Let's
Labs.
see here.
Casey
Something
Brick Labs, that's not Brick Labs.
Denlug for me for Moto. So he's in the
Yay.
Denlug area.
Get Cooped with Girthlug.
Great ball contraptions on our side this year. So that's
Yes, it
good.
is. It's usually by the competition area. This is
Yep.
usually where there it is. Yeah. All right. Well, enough of that. We can do that all night.
Yeah, 63 for Philip Camus.
Good.
All kinds of people are all kinds of places.
I have to use the
Cool. You can do that. And we will move on outside of the One Piece Windmill Village Hut, which I still think is an odd name. We'll move to one of these 2 big dogs here in a minute. So all of these things are listed as coming soon. They all seem like they were August 1st. Including this one. So this is kind of odd. They're letting you pre-order everything except the Going Merry pirate ship for some reason. I think we'll save the floating restaurant for last. I think Mark and I will both have the most to say about that. But I will say I came up originally as a pirate builder. I haven't really done a lot of pirate stuff in years, but it was definitely my favorite theme growing up. So anytime we get to see any sort of piratey sailing ship with new mast and rigging designs and brick-built hulls, it is something that gets me excited. So we'll take a look at this guy here. The specifics are 1,376 pieces for $140. Again, they're pretty much right on the 10-cent mark on all of the sets. We know that that's kind of the standard go-to, well-priced type idea. But they're hitting that mark and including 5 minifigures. So it seems like they're really doing a really good job on the price on these. So it must be a partnership they're hoping to have around for a while, I'd kind of say, based on that. I would assume that this ship, based on the particular flags and the sail, is Luffy's home pirate ship base here. We've got a bunch of sort of a ram, looks like a ram theme going on, and a brick-built hull. This is one of the larger brick-built hulls we've seen from a pirate ship. Of course, we had a very big one for the set that just came out, the Endurance. We've also had other big ones that weren't necessarily pirate sailing type ships, but it seems like we're officially calling a death to the large molded hull pieces. They've done a couple different variants of that. They had, the very, very big ones with the original pirate lines, and then they moved to the multi-piece, sort of stackable pirate ship big hulls. Looks like they kind of ditched both of those now, and they're going for pure brick built. They do have a lot more pieces and slopes now to choose from, I think, to get the shaping. So it doesn't disappoint me. It's just one of those things when I was first coming up doing pirates, like doing a brick built hull was a lot of work and it was very hard to get right. And Lego is really helping us a lot now with a lot more sloped pieces in brown to be able to get to some of that stuff. Let's see what's up here. Pirate ship gift with purchase. I haven't seen one of those, but I don't know if that's a statement or a joke or something else. Who knows? Not digging the ship over the 3-in-1 pirate ship right now. Oh, so you think this is GWP quality, I'm guessing. But at least the masts are staying in circulation. Yeah, so these particular bits look like they're all built with the Technic connector for the masts on this one. So lots of little Technic bits to get these. Emax says Ben hates pirates. That's why we haven't seen the Lighthouse Laundromat. Yeah, the Space Pirate Lighthouse Laundromat theme is a classic on Think Outside the Blocks here, but I have not built in it yet. But maybe I'll get around to that someday. I do also appreciate kind of looking at this rigging in the back here. They're using this newer piece with the various bar connectors on it, on all this, as well as putting all the rigging kind of at a slope for the main mast, which is a little more realistic than the straight up and down that they've tended to do a lot of other ones here. Nick Grigsby asks, are you digging this new ship then? It's not so much that I'm a huge fan of the ship as much as I am that they're using a lot of technique that I find to be good and inspiring and good for future builds and, I guess, sort of prosperity or whatever of a return of some level of pirate. We're not going to get pirates and One Piece at the same time. Like, that's never going to happen. That's kind of, unfortunately, what Lego has done is they've replaced pirates with pirate adjacent things a number of times, and we've never gotten back to it.
And we're getting Pirates of the Caribbean again this year as well.
Yeah, which not necessarily a bad thing, but we'll see if they do lots of brick-built hulls for those as well.
Yeah, they've had a 3-wide round tile for a while, VMAC.
They have VMAC. Yeah, I thought I'd get to that for a second here. This probably looks like it's stickered as well. So, some people feel differently about stickers. Some like them, some don't. Yeah. I think the sails look vinyl-y though. Yeah, maybe they are. They do kind of have a reflection, so they might be vinyl as opposed to.
We don't discuss texture.
So, That is not true. We've never had that rule.
In lifestyle shots.
I really like the ship.
certainly
Flags
do.
and sails are well done, and they didn't skimp on the minifigs.
Not at all. Yeah.
It doesn't seem like, just looking at it here, that it's 1,300 pieces, but it takes a number of pieces to brick build that hull. VMAC, are you ready for Brickworld? Of course he's not, but I think he actually said he was. Yeah, mostly.
You can say he's packed. Yeah.
Yeah. Level Genesis is heading out. Yep.
Good night, Level Genesis.
Later
Happy
this
panic
week.
building. Yeah. Happy panic packing too.
Black Pearl at the end of the year. It's a brick build hull. I can confirm. Brick Dad.
Ooh.
What do you know?
What do you know?
All right. I own 0. I don't know what you own 0 of, VMAC. Oh, it must be the 3x3 tile. So yeah, we've seen that. I've seen it in several different colors. I've used it in nougat on a spaceship or two. But yeah, it is the 3x3 tiles pretty decent. I've seen it in white a bunch.
Yeah. This is a good point here from Gaming Brick. Where's my mouse? It says, I'm a big supporter of Lego doing their own themes, but for someone who has never seen One Piece, I enjoy these sets. Agreed. If only we got Lord of the Rings play sets again. And I have seen several of the episodes. I still like these regardless.
Yeah.
I think there are a lot of great parts packs, really good designs. Very fun.
All right. So let's see. In terms of other pictures of this one here, that's basically the same thing, plus the box. Got some windows in the back. Why is there a tiny bug on my screen? It's not the one I was trying to catch with the...
What's up with the bugs in the basement, man?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Looks like you got a shooting feature out the front.
Pew!
So the ram can shoot pee at you. I don't know.
Oh, go back one picture.
You like the ram horn?
I do like the bighorn sheep, I think, or ram probably. But yeah, they use the inner tube for that. The life
preserver. Yep.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
A nice use of that.
Yeah.
NPU, baby.
NPU, nice parts use. So here's our 5 figs in this set.
Nice.
Looks like 3 of them have sleeves. So,
Ooh, sleeves.
Crazy. Apparently the back opens up and there's like some loot in there. Those are probably all important things for this One Piece stuff. I see a red bucket, which I think I've seen in a few previews or whatever, but I don't know what any of them are.
I don't know. Yeah, who knows?
Someone's cooking. We got an orange slice.
Cooking an orange slice.
Why not? All right, here we go. We've got...
This is for kids with crazy hair who
Again.
live in rooms where the studs are on the outside of the drywall.
This is Bill Belichick's son, based on the
The
cut off sleeves in this picture here. He's got a globe and a map of the world. So this guy's going
giant
places.
Paper lantern,
Yes.
giant paper lantern,
It is large.
or that's in the foreground. Who knows?
Yeah, we've got the globe and then the map globe, and they both look old worldy.
Yeah,
like they're not like quite right.
No, he's definitely in the cabin of a pirate ship here.
Could be. We've also got some more wicker furniture, of course, and then it looks like there's a sailing ship
room
in the background there somewhere.
Several families live in this house.
It's quite possible. I think this is a case for binoculars up here.
I think you're right.
And is he on this instruction?
It is. It is possible.
All right.
He's got his own. Did you already bring this up? His own like old timey map here at the bottom.
Yeah. I don't know what's up with that. Yeah. Also, what's this? Is like it looks like a bunch of like fabric scrap
in a purse. I don't know what that is. Nick Sigsby says that's the new $1,000 Death Star. They accidentally leaked it.
I think they make it in white.
The near family farm. It's mid explosion. That's the first wave of
old lady or a young boy. I'm gonna say yes.
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 Hawkeye Lee Man says, I think these are on angles to give the impression you were building on a rocking boat. Oh, that's possible.
Maybe.
Lego Timmy is here. Hello, Lego Timmy. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Man, that sword piece, now that you can see it here with the way it just clips around the neck, is kind of odd. But all right.
Hard to use otherwise.
Gotta go with your 3-sword technique. I don't know.
Got to. Moto says that bag is a vintage binoculars case. Yep.
That's kind of what I thought.
And since when do I call them binoculars?
4 random
Those are binoculars
posters in this one, guys. 4 of the random posters.
Ooh. What's the price on this?
140-ish, but it's 1,400 pieces. So,
Yeah,
140 for 1,376.
How are they doing an IP with like all the parts per piece, like right
And,
on
like,
the 10-cent mark?
Right, and like 4 or 5 minifigures and lots of new molds for the minis.
How are they doing that? Yeah.
So some impressive stuff in that regard. All right, let's look at the last one. Perhaps the big dog of the thing here, because it's $330 freaking dollars. But it is
How many pieces?
3,402.
Wow, less than 10 cents per piece.
Yeah. So look at this crazy thing. You got a giant
3,000
fish in the-
pieces.
Yeah,
Where?
man. I think we're gonna see a lot of interior on this. I guess
This is cool.
It does look very cool. I like the color
I love
theme
the
on
color.
this.
Me too.
There's some stuff that's kind of wacky here that I don't quite get, but we're also getting a lot of minifigures. I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, at least 10.
Jeez.
Plus the statues.
Yeah, it's very cool.
So lots of stuff there.
Lots of 1x1, says Nick Sigsby.
Maybe there are a ton of 1x1s. Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, I see a lot of pieces.
VMAX said something about a Ferrari. I don't know.
I think maybe it's a little deceptive here because just looking at like the size of that dock platform is way bigger than I'd see a dock platform for Lego normally. That thing is like 14 wide or something. It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get another look at this. There's the back. So it does have some depth to it, which is a little unusual for Lego. Looks like it also has a little raft that I didn't recall seeing in the last one.
Yeah, neither do I. Gaming Brick says the set looks like the type of thing you'd see in the Wisconsin Dells.
Yeah, and here
lots of 2,
Ooh,
4, 6, 8. Yeah,
crazy.
10 figures.
Yeah, look at this crazy sword with the bone on it.
Yeah, nice.
I'm sure everyone's like, "Oh, of course that's there. That's in the series." Well, I haven't seen it before, so
don't mock them before they say it.
You're right. That was a preemptive mocking, and I apologize.
Too bad the fish's lips are gold. Bishops are out. Travel safely, please. Brick Dad Build says a lot better than the Harry Potter Malfoy Manor, which is 4 studs deep.
1,000%. Or
no, why?
No.
Shadow Shots Bricks is out. Catch you later. Have a great day or night. Rich Henderson, those stairs are very cool.
Those stairs are cool.
The mismatched chairs here are insane because everything in this looks old world, and then bam, there's like a metal folding chair.
Metal chair with a wire frame. Yeah. This looks like it's on a pirate ship because we got some very creaky, dangerous looking floorboards, and we have a pirate captain's wheel clock on the wall. Because did
we have any lifestyle shots where the person building the set looked like one of the female characters from the show?
I don't. Yeah, we did have one with a female character.
We did. Okay.
Maybe she was the one with Toothless.
Yeah.
They've all been
woman with Toothless.
Young boys or boys. Also,
suit person says, "Got to keep that coat on for expert building." Yeah, that's definitely. He does have the sleeves rolled up on that.
Yeah, it's hard to work though. Do we have a calligraphy pen on the side of the table here? And a regular random magnifying glass, a little tiny magnifying glass.
I think you need that on a pirate ship. It's for searching
You need that to get a nice, good look at your map.
Treasure map. Yeah, exactly.
Get all the clues on the treasure map.
It's all right, says Moto.
There's the backside again.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, this is definitely more.
His arm is definitely
deeper than lots of other ones we've seen.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, this is bizarre. All right, I do love the set. I want to talk more about the set, but this lifestyle shot is aggravating. It is expensive, but you're getting less than 10 cents a piece.
I know. I'm not saying that
if you want all these
it's
pieces, despite that gold, and at least they're cool parts in gold.
Mark's favorite color.
Arr, arr.
Arr, arr. Lots of cool minis.
Yeah.
They really love the fish head that they designed here because it's been in like 6 shots.
I love that too. Actually, it's not. I don't know why it's
bad. There's just a lot of it.
Tattoo in every shot. But yeah, there they are, little family portrait.
Yeah,
that raft is rather cool.
Top of the standing on top of the Scrabble piece holder. I know that's not what it is, but that's immediately what I thought of.
100% what it is.
That's immediately what I thought of when I saw it. Okay, thank you. What do I love here? I love the exposed beam that's taking up half of the shot. I love these old canisters. I love the
Spool of twine.
spool of twine.
Ball.
I like the fact that we have
Ball,
at least
ball,
3
ball.
balls in this shot.
Yeah. Hey, look who's here. It's
Um,
Jesse's Brick Galaxy. How you
who
doing,
knows?
sir? Looking forward to seeing you soon. This is a
That's-
35-year-old, 12-year-old in the shot. Yes. Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is insane. What? Look, you can
All
you
these
can
old
store
cases.
this in the lower decks of your pirate ship.
Of your pirate ship. Yeah.
Watch
This is
your head.
This is definitely old built-in pirate ship furniture that we
But
got going on here.
He put his old binoculars away.
He did.
Yeah.
He's got a couple old binocular cases here.
He's got a collection there of
What is this, like one of those things where you punch receipts down on top of them?
yes.
No, that's the calligraphy pen again. That from this angle, that's what it looks like. Why does he have
More
a calligraphy
binoculars.
pen? What is
Yep.
going on?
And you can see the magnifying glass really well here.
Mm-hmm.
This
This-
looks
that's
photoshopped
needed
or
there.
yeah. Oh God.
Yeah,
Looks either photoshopped or what's that called?
a little AI generated.
Rendered. Yeah.
They got some random paint on top of this stool, so they painted it at one point and then decided that wasn't the best.
The calligraphy pen holder is shaped like a ship propeller. Yes.
Yeah, it's a
Good call,
propeller with
Nick.
the calligraphy pen on it. Yeah,
Good call. just put it by exposed beams. You
This thing-
want to display the set, display it by exposed beams. That's
And they-
all you got.
They got some
What?
bad crumpled up wanted posters down here. They do not
Oh.
look good with the
And
way
I-
they're positioned in here.
On an antique chest.
Old
This
trunk.
is how you display this. Make sure your fern is in the shot.
Yes.
Pocket Lego Man says the orange ball looked photoshopped in. A lot of that looked photoshopped in. The magnifying glass looked photoshopped in.
I mean, there are 5 wanted posters in this one. So
All right, is that the news then?
I guess we can just mention again Bricklink Designer Program Tuesday if you're interested in it. There were a couple of cool sets. There's of course a castle adjacent one as always.
Pirates
Uh,
one. Pirates one is very cool.
Yeah, several to take a look at. So
And you know what? If you're into the Bricklink
We have
Designer
covered them
Program
there.
sets, they're also announcing the Series 7 finalists. I should know what number it is. Series 7 finalists at
Or
8.
No,
Yeah,
number
Series
8.
8 finalists.
there it is.
Live at Brickworld Chicago at noon on Saturday. That'll be happening in the
we got
Schaumburg West Ballroom with Shy Time is
Shy
my
Time.
time with London Calling and CPA,
right.
Lego CPA or CPA Full is his name now.
Okay. All right.
Coop says Series 8. Yes, thank you. Do you need timbers for a concrete wall? Well, they can't hurt.
Yeah.
There's no
So-
rebar. Just
I think kind of the 3 highlights on this, maybe the popcorn wagon and antique shop are for some people.
the Thieves of
think the-
Tortuga for me.
The people, yeah, if you had the first mushroom house, now there's an entire mushroom village from Jonas. Sleepless Nights has done, I think, has had 3 different wins, all castle or castle adjacent. This one's a little different. Is not exactly pure castle, but Adventures in Transylvania, and then Thieves of Tortuga, as Mark mentioned, maybe the kind of the one that is sparking the most interest with all the roof terracotta roofs and all the cool stuff going on with this one.
We missed a
Awesome
couple-
minifigs, too. Look at this.
We missed a couple stellar lifestyle shot comments here. Rich Henderson said the gaps in between the floorboards are nightmarish. I'd lose so
If
many
you
Lego
lose your
bricks.
Legos. Yeah, no
Yeah,
kidding.
no kidding.
The Lego bricks.
Hawkeye Lego Man says we need more. Add another ball. Brilliant.
Yes,
That's how those go.
that is how that goes.
And
That's
that wasn't
you
even
knew
in-
it.
That wasn't in the studio. That was at the graphic designer's desk.
Yeah.
I'm sure you know that well now, Alex.
Another ball, 6 more. Yeah, Series 8. We got it. We
That was
got
enough.
to get Coop, but you're right. You nailed it.
Yeah, thank you. A
Uh,
7, 8. I'm like, I don't know. Brain fog.
All right. So, cut or come. I thought that was maybe cut or keep. I thought was less clippable for VMAC. But we wanted to stick with C. And so
Yeah.
what we were thinking of talking about was, all right, what are we not done with for Chicago? Should we try to bring it? Should we not try to bring it? At least that's what I suggested this was to Mark, but that was a
Yeah.
complete lie. Because it's a little bit of a game for Mark.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And
I was gonna get up and start building,
well,
but
you
okay,
can't.
I'll stick around and play a game.
You
Sure.
can't
What's up?
because, Mark, I want to tell everybody a little announcement here for the sake of Mark, the owner of Brickworld. Everybody's welcome at Brickworld.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love everybody. We love AFALs. We love generic fans of Lego. We love T-Falls. We love kids. We love people who just want to see what's going on.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean, Mark, that you don't have favorites. Don't pretend you don't. And so even though for your image,
Not officially, I don't.
yeah, for your image, you can never say who you preferred was coming or not coming to Brickworld. But I wanted to find out, Mark, in a little something called Keeper Cut. Who's coming to Brickworld? I want to know, Mark, who do you want to come to Brickworld and who do you want to cut out of Brickworld? Who should come? Capybara and crocodiles or
Mara Miles.
kids, Mara and Miles?
Yeah, definitely Mara Miles.
What do you think of this picture of a capybara riding a crocodile, though?
It's pretty awesome, and it's not AI generated.
That picture is sweet. Absolutely love it. All right,
Because they do
next.
this. They're like symbiotic for some reason.
Yeah, cut grumpfluencers.
Hey,
That's
look
just
at-
a general statement, I guess.
Liam
Hey,
Brook,
everyone,
Liam Brick the
Brick
bed
to
is
the
here.
bed.
Yeah, cut the grumfluencers. Yeah, definitely. That's an easy one.
Okay, who should come? Creepy doll in this photo, or
Moto.
Lego Master Moto. You
Yes.
nailed it.
Yeah.
Which one do you want to come?
Moto.
All right, Moto.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because
That creepy doll.
It's been easy so far.
Oof. All right. Who do you want to come to Brickworld? Lord of the Rings Ent Birch.
All right, give me a second.
Maybe you can think of why these particular people were chosen, and that will help you.
I can't figure out who this is. Sorry.
Brickworld Master Dan
Mr. Dan
Church.
Church. Oh, nice. Let's go with the end. No, I'm kidding. Of course, I'd rather have Dan Church.
Look at that Brickworld Master
Oh.
big old brick he's holding there, too.
Brick Dad builds suggests Moto with a creepy doll. Alphonse Superson
Ooh.
definitely wants the end. Moto says,
Okay.
"Okay, I guess I'll show up now."
All right.
Um,
You've
yeah,
been,
We
you've
got to
been
see.
suggested. You got to show up.
We got to see this awesome Gujik. I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen it.
I haven't. I'm interested.
No one else has seen it but me and Dan, and whoever else helped put it together.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited. I think people will like it.
All right. So Dan's getting the nod there. How about this? Despicable Me Gru.
I'm out of I can't get the rhymes. I'm failing at these. I don't know.
A Friday Night
Friday Night
Bricks
Bricks
Crew.
Crew. Yeah, God, I wish the entire one. Larry can't make it, unfortunately.
Larry
He's
can't
had
make it.
some life changes recently that's stopping him from coming.
Yeah, but I think
Rich
we'll
Henry
see
says-
Reed, and we'll see Kevin, and we'll see Jesse, and are we going to see
Mel.
Mel?
Mel will be there. Yep.
All right.
Troy
So
will
good-
be there.
Good amount of them are going to be
Did you
here.
say Troy?
Well, shut up, Troy. So
Ron Smith wants Gru.
wow, Ron Smith, harsh.
Rich Henderson is voting for both. That's not the game.
But Rich, do you want Birch there? I feel like he'd be a bit of a bull in a china shop, and maybe he'll knock a bunch of stuff over. Jesse's Brick Galaxy wants the Friday Night Bricks crew. He's not.
Good
He doesn't
call.
want. He doesn't want Despicable Me Gru there.
Cool.
All right. How about an undead zombie seeking a thrill?
Or
Lego
Lego
Masters
Masters.
Maria and Phil.
Maria and Phil are going to be there Tuesday to help us stuff the goodie bag. So I definitely want them there.
Yeah, you
They're showing
can't,
up at 10 a.m. to help me out. So I won't
Yeah.
be around them. I'll be quarantined in my room, but
VMAC wants to F Gru and Merry Friday Night Bricks. Give me the banner. VMAC, you know it. We know it. It's not the game. VMAC. It's not the game. And VMAC, excuse me, we've banned for less. All right. All right. Let's see here. And then this is the last one.
Okay.
I want to make this easy on you tonight because
Thank
two things. One, we didn't have time. But lastly, who should come to Brickworld? A little goat who just fainted.
Or a Tanya the Tainted.
Every member of the Tainted.
Yeah.
You nailed it.
Let's go with the goat. No, I'm kidding. Every member of the Tainted is the goat.
Yeah. I also so these people who we've just are excited to see are the people who someone on Friday Night Bricks may have suggested didn't like any of these people. Purely in jest, of course. Ted
Right.
made the list last week.
Right.
But now we're excited for all the rest. I also wanted to have one for our friend Lou, who was mentioned as well, but I couldn't find a picture of him. So sorry, Lou, you got to be easier to find a picture of for me next time.
In the meantime, Alphonse Sue person asked, the Lego Masters panels, do we have a lineup for who's going to be at each one? Sure, somebody does. They're not in the schedule. I do not know. Maria would be the person to ask. She is the one coordinating the Lego Masters. Moto says, I don't even know which panel I'll be on. Okay, that's good to know. Brick Dad Bill says, I need an I'm with Tanya
the Tanya
shirt.
shirt. There you go.
Can you say I'm a Tanya with the tainted shirt?
Yeah.
I'm a Tanya with the taint. Wait a minute.
It's tainted time. I don't know.
Taints and Flaming Beavers.
Yeah. I don't know if we can put that on a shirt. But okay. Look at this. This is crazy because normally we're running at 4 hours. We're only at 2.5.
And that's fine.
And we're getting closer. And it's good because Mark's got to move to the hotel. Hey, no, we still got a close call.
Oh, you know what? Hold on.
Pretend like we don't have like we're done here. We still have a close call. All right, Mark ran off to find something. While he's doing that, we'll get the close call ready to go here in a minute. Oh, he's put his VMAC picture back up. Is that coming with you to Chicago, Mark? Are you gonna put that up in your hotel room?
No. But I have to keep walking around the table to get all the landscaping done. And I knocked this thing down like 10 times. I was like, it's going up on the shelf. I just now noticed it wasn't up. Sorry, VMAC.
All right. That does almost seem unfair. Next year, we need a tainted shirt.
Oops, sorry. Yeah, we certainly do. We definitely do. We had one 2 years ago. I don't think
we're putting that in there, no.
We had one 2 years. We had one 2 years ago, the Fabuland one.
That's true.
But we didn't have one this year, and I'll work on that. I just the merchandise isn't my greatest thing. I don't know. Like we definitely have merch for Brickworld, but it's all generic Brickworld stuff. Getting something done for the live stream, I've contacted somebody about that, but they haven't contacted me, so I'm gonna have to go through other sources to figure out how to use Shopify, basically.
Yeah. VMAC, we don't reveal this till the show closes, but I can promise you that the theme for next year is not Taints and Flaming Beavers. So Hawkeye Lego Man might help us with some sort of shirt. He said, let's talk.
I'm not worried too much about the artwork. I would love to create the artwork myself, actually, but it's just getting. If you know Shopify, then let's talk.
Yeah, we've got so many things.
I lost my back scratcher. Ben froze. Do 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 do. Love when Ben freezes. This happens from time to time, and when Ben freezes, sometimes we need to play a song because I don't feel like talking in the meantime. So when Ben freezes, we have to remind Ben what type of dad he is.
Remember that time Ben brought Miles in? Didn't tell him nothing, it's just about your chagrin.
You know what chagrin means?
I forgot.
Okay. Chagrin means like something that embarrasses you. What do I do more than anything else that embarrasses and angers you?
Miles looks suspicious as he should have been. You just can't trust that troll, Daddy Ben. Miles, check out my fit. Daddy Ben grins. Got that Sigma 5 from your daddy's got the wrist. Miles throws an elbow, wants to hide under a rock. Stop, he laughed, just go build a mock. Let him cook, Daddy Ben went on. Check out the wrist of the fit he's got on. Do all these words mean cool? The trolling badass. No, Miles answered this chagrin was a trap. Daddy Ben shrugs. Then what do they mean? Knock it off, Dad. This just isn't your scene.
Miles, you got the fit on today.
Are you gonna say skibbity? Are you gonna say
Sigma?
been so Ohio. He thinks he's got the wrist. Every time he shifts me, I roll my eyes and cringe. He says whatever he wants, which I guess is kinda stigma. But he's being a dork and I just don't need this stigma. Why would Ben do this? It just isn't nice. Maybe he got some terrible advice. Let this be a lesson. Avoid these Scorpio plotters. Never feed the troll. And you can't trust the honor.
But he thinks that I'm not allowed to know. Like,
Right.
let him cook. He says I can't know what that means. He says cat.
No, I said mom can't know.
Oh, mom can't know what that
Mom
means.
doesn't know what that means. I don't know how to explain it.
Right. I can't talk about his fit, his clothes that he's wearing. I can't ship him with anybody. These are things that I can't do. Right.
Daddy Ben is so Ohio. He thinks he's got the wrist. Every time he shifts me, I roll my eyes and cringe. He says whatever he wants, which I guess is kind of stigma. But he's being a dork and I just don't need this stigma. Daddy Ben is so Ohio. Hey, hey, Daddy Ben is so Ohio. Hey, hey, Daddy Ben is so Ohio. Hey, hey.
Yeah, look at that. Ben is back. Ben was being a real dick and just left entirely, was gone, left me on my own. So I started a
least-
close call.
At
All
least
of
I
my-
didn't click stop end stream when I had to leave.
Yeah, thank you for not doing that. In the meantime, in case I was stuck here, I didn't know. Luckily, I had Ben had 4 minutes of that song to get back in, and I'm so glad you're back. I did start my own close call. I don't have a slide for it, so I'm just going to go ahead and start the poll. The question is, will Mark's mock be complete at Brickworld? Your options are, of course it will. And I accidentally put a question mark on that one. And then the second option is it'll be 90% done. And the third option is it will look exactly the fuck as it does right now. And so go ahead. You got 3 minutes. I'm not going to start a timer because I don't feel like it. Brick Dad Build says, I will work with Mark to make Tainted Deer happen. Thank you, Brick Dad Builds. I love the confidence there. And I feel like it will happen.
That's what we
G-Mac
were
Tech
talking
says,
about when it froze. All right.
Flaming beavers are on my seek and find. Wow, for public days. Okay.
Fair enough.
All right.
For me, the perfect shirt would definitely have to be designed and printed on a medieval hoodie.
Yes.
Or a lace-up tunic. One
And
of the two.
It would have to be an epic illustration of a mech from right between the legs.
Yes.
Yes. Gaming Brick says, even in its current state, I think your mock looks great, Mark. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Alphon Super says, you can't start building your table Tuesday. No, Tuesday I'll be quarantined in my room. I'll be doing the keynote speech, the video wall, and bagging goodie bag parts. If we get the parts in there, I'm not sure yet, but we definitely have the exclusive figure that's going in. And I'll have to bag the volunteer parts if I don't get to adding goodie bag parts, which I might not. Sorry, I even brought that up. But we'll see how I feel. Monday night, Tuesday. I'm not being allowed out of my room on Tuesday. But they've got the company credit card for dinner. Brickworld says, if your beaver is flaming, see a doctor. True.
Good idea. Good suggestion.
I will start bringing stuff. I mean, all I have to do is slide it onto the table. It's kind of the extras that have to be put together.
Hey, this
polish
is the
the edges
struggle.
of this.
This is the struggle.
This is always the struggle for me.
So Mark, if you bring it, okay, I don't think it's going to get past 90%, and it's got nothing to do with your chutzpah.
Correct.
Or where it is now. It is that if you approach the table even momentarily to do anything,
yes,
you are going to be swarmed. Unless you're in full disguise and nobody can actually recognize it, but you're going to be swarmed by the tainted, by the everybody.
And my disguise is 50-50. Alphonse has a great point, though. I mean, that is something I will do on Tuesday. Is I'll do the rest of the leaves and the vegetation sitting in my room. I can thread all the the stuff together, build the trunks. I could probably even bring my entire display up to my room. I have the executive suite, so there's a dining room table that's bigger than my kitchen, and I can set up the entire display on that table. And work it all together and then bring it back down to the hall. I would rather just have the pieces that I need to put together, like the roof judging that needs to be done, and just kind of like the other little pieces. But we'll see if I have time with all the other stuff that needs to be done. I've been trying to find people to help me with the video wall. Nobody seems to have time. If anybody in the Tainted has After Effects experience, that would help me out a lot. If you're interested in helping me out, send me a DM on Discord or mark@brickworld.com. I would really appreciate the help. And then the keynote speech I have to put together. It shouldn't be too hard. I just got to make some slides. I know what I want to say. But yeah, Rich Henderson has to drop. Good night. Thanks for joining us tonight. Said it was very entertaining. Going forward, I will derive so much joy out of Lego lifestyle photos. Yeah, good.
Oh yes, you will.
Yes, should. They're annoying as hell, and we try to make them less annoying by making fun of them for being so annoying. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this poll. It looks like it'll be 90% done. One, and it's funny because of course one was ahead for a while. 47%. Say that it'll be 90% done. 35% say, of course. Only 17% said it's going to look exactly like it does now. Thank you.
All right.
I appreciate that. I appreciate the vote of confidence, especially was it Alphonse who said, even in its current state, I think your mock looks great. It was Gaming Brick. Gaming Brick said that.
Gaming Brick.
Yes, they did. Yeah. He did. They did.
All right.
Whoever there.
I definitely need to finish my hot tub here. Let's see here. Polomoto wasn't an option. Thankfully not. That was a little negative.
No.
Okay, well, we can look at Michael's call here quick.
That's what they would have voted for, apparently. Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
there's
take a look at it.
Here's the first one. Do we need hashtag 2 more weeks before Brickworld? The answers are either duh or yeah. So which one? Is this going to be a close call? Is this like a
I don't know.
Totally, or more of a duh, like a sure or a absolutely? Like which one is it?
They're both yes, though.
Are they?
Yeah.
I didn't notice that for some reason. We've got a morning all ultra bricks. The GB I assume is Great Britain since they're saying morning all, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that British flag means Great Britain.
Was there a British flag?
Yeah.
Where?
Next to the wave? Next to the hand waving.
Just said, on mine it just says GB. There's a flag on yours?
Yeah.
Oh. Interesting.
Oh my god,
I just get GB, you get an entire flag. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Well, it's 50-50, so you're right. This is a close call.
Yes. All right. Fun fact, I've watched this live stream from the hot tub. Hey, good job, Break Dad Builds.
Oh, sweet.
He's probably been curling his mustache the entire time, too.
Well, I'm sure the humidity from the just naturally curls it.
Unless he's on Ice Planet.
All right, Jazzy Viking Brick says, if you have moderate to severe burning taint, ask your doctor if whatever.
JVB is back. GB equals Great Britain. Yes, I assume it did, but in my world, GB equals Green Bay, and it gives me, it frightens me a little. But apparently, Mark gets a flag. I didn't get a flag. I just got the letters GB. It's probably some Apple thing. I don't know. Let's see. I have yes.
What happens if I post? Let's see.
Let's see. Brick Dad Builds ass is yeah sarcastic. No, I think it's duh obviously or yeah probably. Which one?
What do you see here?
That is an eye roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why you. Yeah.
Nick also sees it. Yeah. For me, it just says GB. Even when you pull up the comment, do you still see the flag?
I do.
Weird.
Look at there's a flag. So
crazy. That just says GB.
Hold on, let me see what shows up on YouTube.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Ron Smith sees the flag.
It's a flag
too.
On YouTube.
This is very confusing to me. My world has just imploded.
This is Brickworld hype, everybody. Who can see the flag? Who can't?
So yeah, that's weird. That's very weird for me.
Hawkeye Lego Man sees an eye roll with the British flag.
Pirate flag. I see the pirate flag. It's just the GB on the Great Britain thing.
Didn't take vacation in 2 weeks, so I hope not. What?
GB and then crying eyes. I see the crying eyes. It's just the GB. I just get GB.
I mean, it's the flag on mine.
This is crazy.
Yeah, we can keep testing it. Brickbuilt Lad says it shows GB in the live chat on YouTube, but shows the emoji on the layover. But in the live chat on YouTube, on my screen, it shows the flag.
I get GB
On the
in
layover,
both.
yes. You see the
This is
flag.
crazy.
You're not seeing the YouTube.
It's
screen
true.
right
I'm
now.
not watching it on YouTube, but
Union
even
Jack.
it's weird.
Yep, everyone's doing it now. How much time do we have left on this question? 40 seconds left. I don't think we need 40 seconds. I'm going to end it now. Amda
Right.
is winning with
You tell me.
54%. Do. Go ahead and end that before we get more flags in the chat. Get Cooped his team flag.
Team flag.
Nick Sigsby says it like me. I'm curious.
Yeah.
What do you guys
What's-
see? Wait. What do you guys see here?
US. I just see US. I bet
just says
Is that
US?
supposed to be a US flag?
It is.
It just says US to me.
Okay, next close call.
That's strange because it'd be one thing if it was just the overlay in StreamYard doesn't show it, but Mark can see it. So I don't know. All right, here's the next one. And this one actually came up today. I don't know if Brian, a Haterade, is still here, but would you buy a Lego themed computer? The question is, does Apple make that? Which would be an no, or like, obviously, which one? VMAC, I see a black flag here, but the US one, I don't. It's kind of weird. I saw the pirate flag,
Welsh flag. Do
saw
you see
this-
that?
this black flag, but I don't see any other ones. Great Britain and America, no. It just says GB and US.
No,
I
this
don't
is this is the flag for Wales.
Oh, it's just black on mine.
It's just black.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
some dark shit happening.
Yes.
Hawkeye Legoman says I feel
Oh,
in
hold on,
between.
leave that there.
of
Let me
these
do
two
this
questions. Okay, all right.
I'm gonna snip this. I'm gonna snip this thing and put it in a Google slide so you guys can all see this nonsense.
Okay,
maybe
great.
maybe it's purple, but actually I can just share my screen. This is what it looks like on mine, and I'm not going to give you Inception. Don't
It's up,
worry.
Dad. It's up, Dad.
I'm not going to give you Inception.
Ah!
This is what it looks like on
Oh,
my
yes.
screen.
Yes is slightly ahead. This is a close call, though.
All right. This is what I see. It's just like a purple flag. Like there's nothing else on it.
There isn't even a. If you look at the YouTube stream, there's all right. So keep that up there. This is
Yeah.
what you're seeing. There's not even a
Yes.
flagpole on it. No, I'm not showing you what you're seeing. I'm
Okay.
showing you. If you watch this back on YouTube,
Yeah.
I'm showing you what
I'll
you're
have to look.
supposed to see.
Yeah.
The
It's-
best flag of any country in the world, the Welsh flag, has a dragon on it, and you're just getting this lawn.
A purple flag with a flagpole on it. That's it.
Yeah, it's like this is don't dig here. There's a gas line, is what you're getting.
Yeah.
What do they call
Okay,
those?
Lego Man
U-
just sent one.
utility
I don't
marking
know what that
flag.
is. It's the same thing for me on this. I get the purple flag again.
That is a purple flag. That's why. Operator error? I don't think so. I think it's a xenophobic operating system. Wait, a Lego
Maybe.
themed computer, Lego model, or a Lego themed pre-made actual computer? Yes on the first, no on the second. Yeah.
I just said Lego themed computer, and now, okay, the picture is a Lego model of a computer. That's
Yeah.
not what I said. Just a
And-
Lego themed computer in general.
And yeah, what browser are you using? And Ben made a
question.
brick built computer earlier,
Good
so I assume that's what you
question.
meant.
I'm using Edge, which is Chromium based, and I use Edge because when I use Firefox, it doesn't give me
Ooh.
a high def video on Netflix.
This is
Annoying.
probably a good point. Omega says, buy, no, build my own, yes.
Well, I thought about putting that in, like just saying, would you buy a Lego themed computer case? But I don't think enough people build their own computers to make that poll interesting.
VMAC Attack makes a good point. Nobody wants a floppy drive.
Yeah. So you think if I switched over to Firefox, I wouldn't have this problem? The only problem is I probably don't know how to log in
I'm on Chrome
to
and
StreamYard anymore.
Firefox.
Yeah, if you're on something Chromium based, you know?
Yeah.
So apparently maybe Edge hates flags. I don't know.
Apparently.
Super weird.
Doesn't seem like it'd be too hard to match up with everybody. Oh, look, the timer's done. So we got no winning at 56%, but it is a close call.
Okay. Fair enough.
44% of the tainted, well, apparently 43% of the tainted would buy.
I'm assuming it's because the other 56% already own a Lego themed computer,
And
so they
you've
don't
got
need to
people-
buy another one.
Yeah, people like Omega, who he also builds all of his own computers in his house. So
Yeah,
like you do.
yeah. I got
Yeah.
piles of them, except mine apparently had an let's see. I think I officially suck at building computers for these reasons. One, even though I'm wired, I get that weird freeze that says my internet connection is unstable. And two, I don't get the flags in the chat. They show up as weird other crap. So obviously I don't know what I'm doing. So I don't know. Okay. Well, at least they were close. I can take some solace in my close calls being close this week.
Yeah, they were good. All right. So what are you excited about Brickworld this year, Ben?
This is what I'm going for. I don't want to build anything on site. I'll be more than happy to help you build something on site.
Oh, thank you.
I don't
I
have
may
to
just
worry
leave my
about
pieces
that.
with you.
Yeah. I don't want to have to worry about that for myself. I just want to
Yeah.
set it up on Wednesday and then just be able to do whatever I want for the rest of the time. My son really wants to hang out with me, which is good and fun. But when he's with me, then I do get to do more Brickworld stuff because it seems
That's
like
cool.
when I'm alone,
Yeah.
I mostly sit in my space and build crap versus when I'm with him and I actually go and see some of the events.
Yeah. Cool.
He's a big fan of the Train Olympics.
Yeah.
We'll probably go see some of the other competitions. Maybe hit up a couple workshops as well. But of course, seeing all my friends, even some of those jerks we mentioned on Friday Night Bricks.
Yeah.
And in today's Keeper Cut.
Yeah.
And many other ones too. Those were just the specific ones I was mean to because I figured we had a tight relationship like that with those. It's Miles' golden birthday on the 12th. He will be 12 on the 12th, which is Thursday.
And he's going to be at Brickworld for that?
He is.
Oh, wow.
They are flying on his birthday to Brickworld.
Holy crap. So there's not going to be a party on his golden birthday like he had wanted.
Well, he wants a party. He just
With his
didn't
friends
want it.
at home.
But it wouldn't have been a great party on a Thursday anyway.
Okay.
Even though they will be out of school by then, but just barely.
Well,
They're still
we'll
in
make
school,
sure
if you can believe it.
certainly make sure he has a good time. Nick and
Oh,
Brick says, we're all waving flags now. VMacaTech says this.
Fair enough.
He might not be wrong. Alphonse Superson says, after Red Hot Summit a few weeks ago, I now have 4 fedoras in the house, one being Lego based. Brick Dead Build says, I second Ben's feelings.
All right. What about you, Mark? What are you looking forward to besides being dog tired at the end of it?
Well, a couple people have said in the last couple hype streams I've been on that what they're looking forward to is the events that don't appear on the schedule that just kind of happen spontaneously, or like the memories they've created that just happened during spontaneous hangouts, or like people just decided to do something and it was silly and fun. I think that's what the Brickworld brand is about. Like, we literally just rent the space. We run a couple of events like the opening and closing ceremonies and the auction, but that's it. The entire schedule is run by AFOLs for AFOLs, and that organic feeling and just being in a place where we can all create together and enjoy the hobby and enjoy each other's company. I just love being there. That's my Christmas feeling every year, has been ever since I started going to Brickworld. And even though I'm working the entire time now and very stressed out and very tired, it still feels great to be there. Wilson Baz is here. Thanks for joining us tonight. Says, I always look forward to seeing Dale Klein's gold crest at Brickworld. He's building a lot right now.
Why are you pulling us down by mentioning Dale on this stream?
VMacaTech says Sky will be 11 on the 14th. Think about streaming and getting a gang together to sing her happy birthday. Definitely can. Dawn is here. We're just about to end. We got a bunch of new people coming in, and unfortunately, we're about to wrap up. Excited to see old friends and meet new ones. Brick That Bill says the connections that get made is amazing. Nick Sigsby says it's my first convention ever. Woo! That's awesome. Looking forward to starting a new tradition. Glad you're coming to Brickworld. Glad you're coming to your first convention. It'll change your life. I'm not even like that's not even hyperbole. It's just going to.
Yeah. We do the other thing about all of this, right? And we talk about this on this stream a lot. Mark and I are open about how convention season and conventions can also bring out some of your insecurities, and some of your mental health issues. For me in particular, right? Like, I would love to meet everybody. There's no question about that. Socially, though, in person, on the stream, I do okay. Socially in person, I can be a bit awkward. Don't be offended. I definitely don't intend to offend you. If you tell me where your stuff is, I definitely want to see it. But it always turns out when I go and try to find you, you're not there. It's like it always happens to me.
Yeah.
And I see what you build, and I'm excited. I'd even like to talk to you, but then you're not there, and then I kind of feel like a jerk. It happens all the time. But definitely you can come up. Don't be offended if I don't remember your name. Again, it's because for me, like meeting someone in person, I'm like more afraid that I'm going to say something stupid than I am trying to remember your name. It's not you, it's me.
So this is awesome. This is Rob Claxton's second Brickworld, the first time he's displaying. Excited about that. Can't wait to see what you built. Brick Dad Build says introvert walls are real. Yes, they are.
Yes.
Very much so.
Yeah, and that's, it's part of who I am, and I can't help that.
Hawkeye Lego Man says I'm horrible with names. I'm actually great with names, but I don't know how long this brain fog is going to last. So this may be a year where I'm like, hey, you.
Hey, dude.
And people are always really impressed that I remember their names and like where they're from and stuff like that. And it just might not be the case this year. So I do apologize ahead of time if I forget your name, or at least not immediately. I guarantee you a couple seconds later, I'll remember it for the rest of the weekend. My brain is a little messy right now. I wanted to bring this up. It is, who was it? Nick Sigsby. All right, so you're going to have this in your bag. You're going to have a new attendee brick. It's yellow with purple paint. It says new attendee. If you have a brick built badge, please wear it so people know to greet you and treat you special. And make sure to welcome you is my point. By not treat you special, but to welcome you. Make sure that you feel welcome and at home at our show. And you're going to have 2 transparent 1x2 bricks and 2 transparent blue 1x2 bricks in your bag. One is for you to keep. It's part of our elemental theme this year, Braving the Elements. It's your water brick. One is for you. One is yours to keep. The other is to give to the person you feel is the most helpful to you throughout the week. So if anybody else is coming to Chicago and really likes the 1x2 transparent blue bricks, go make sure that you welcome as many new attendees as possible and make sure that they know where they're going, know what they're doing. If you don't want the 1x2 transparent brick, you can just kick them in the shins and walk away. I'm kidding. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
VMAC Attack says Brickworld anxiety is real. It's overwhelming to walk the hall and look at everything. Certainly, but if you peacock, sir, you go in peacock mode, you probably do great.
Yeah. Well, part of it is, I think for a lot of people, they feel intimidated by what they see. There's no reason to be. For some people, like, this is the first convention they've ever been to. For other people, they've been planning one build all year, knowing exactly what to expect when they come to Brickworld.
The first year we had Lego Masters there.
All different ranges.
100%. The first year we had Lego Masters there. A couple people said to me, they're just like, well, the Lego Masters just stick together. And I'm like, well, go talk to them. They stick together because they know each other. They went through a traumatic experience together.
They're friends. Like, I mean, that's part of it.
They're very comfortable with each other. So yeah, they're going to stick to each other, but that wall is not closed. Go talk to them. They're very, very friendly people, and they're very excited about talking to the rest of the community. Most of them. I don't want to speak for all of them, but as far as I know, they've always all been very friendly. I think that goes with a lot of people. Like if you see somebody there like M&R Productions, which you won't because he won't be there, but if you saw him there, certainly approach him. A lot of these people are much more approachable than you think. And
Sean the right way will be there. Dr.
Sean is very approachable. Yeah. You can't miss him. He's like 6'4". Moto says, come over and talk to me for sure. Yeah, love it. Brick Dad Build says, same story with the influencers. And that's where I was just about to get to. Yeah, most of them really want to talk to you. Shy Time is my time. He really wants to talk to you. And he'll remember you. And he'll be very sincere. And very, real. What? My brain, you guys.
Down to earth? He's just a regular guy.
Genuine. That's what I was going for.
Genuine, regular guy.
Thanks for throwing out adjectives. I know.
I'm helping you.
Come up with it eventually. Yeah, I appreciate it.
I'm helping you over here. Doing what I can.
Yeah. I like the
Moto. We've got
Stud City.
Stud
City is very friendly. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we got both Moto and Don, both
love talking
Lego Masters. Both of them totally not personable though. If you talk to them, they're mean. They're never welcoming. All right, guys, I'm trolling. I've met both of them. They're both great.
Sig Fig trades are good icebreakers. So bring some sig figs if you want to trade them out. That's a good piece of advice for Nick. What else? Yeah, I would say
have fun.
when you're
Just
walking around, if you
you're
see
there.
something you like and you see the builder is there, talk to the builder and tell them that you like it.
Oh yeah.
They might say thank you and be dismissive because they're busy or they're introverts or for whatever reason. But a lot of times it'll spark up a conversation. You'll get to know
Yeah.
people that way for sure. Feel free to
I'll say for
compliment
me,
folks.
it always what I find inspiring at Brickworld is different every time, and it's not necessarily the biggest thing there.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just fall in love with a little something,
Yeah.
and it inspires your next creation. And it's great.
I think this is the first time we've seen this where it's like season 5 is currently airing. So the contestants will be there, but we don't know which one of them has won, and they will know.
Mm-hmm. I do see the crazy face there.
Moto says I'm pure concentrated evil compared to Dawn.
Yeah, look at the photo of him stroking the beard, though.
He wouldn't do that unless he was evil.
Yeah.
Talk about evil. Look at this guy with the curly mustache. Corey Samuels will literally be at the entrance. I love Corey.
They're a good guy.
Yeah, these guys love each other. It's definitely they are definitely a family, and I'm not exaggerating when I say they went through a traumatic experience together. I think being on a live reality show, being hammered by producers and going through what they go through, there is trauma to it, especially if you have to leave early, and you're taken away from this this family. It used to be the same when I used to act, like when you're working with people for 8 weeks and you get very close together, you do all this time, and then you all leave, and you're never that group of people is never going to work together in that way again. There is a bit of trauma to that. So Alphonse Sue Person says they were saying season 5 was filmed a year and a half ago on Instagram. Yes, that is true. Right. And season 6, I believe, is already in production. I think is season 6 maybe also been filmed. They left it out of the production schedule for an entire year, so which was odd. But anyway, so yeah.
Interesting.
Any words of advice for a new attendee, Ben, that you can think of?
Yeah, I mean, talk to people. One thing that Mark and I have covered as well is that when you're at Brickworld, you already know you've got something in common with somebody. They're a Lego fan. They're a Lego fan. Yeah, apparently it's July, August, so
cool.
Pretty soon.
Keep going. I was just bringing up comments. Sorry.
But yeah, they're a Lego fan too. You're gonna have that to talk about, and I'm sure you're gonna have other things in common as well. Make some friends. Like I said, though, don't be offended by anything. People are different, but they all love Lego. People will be interested in what you bring or what you want to talk about.
100%.
And you can always find there are all kinds of resources at Brickworld as well.
Yes.
In terms of ways to break the ice, meet people, find a friend. There are mixers, there are events, there are all kinds of things.
And look through the program. It's not in the program this year. Look through the schedule online and see if there's any workshops or presentations that you're interested in, and attend those, because a lot of times you might meet the person running it. You might meet other people who were part of it as well and interested in the same thing. Alphonse Soup Person brings up a great point. Based on Gen Con experience, drink water, shower, wear deodorant, bring lots of change, bring twice as many socks as you think you need.
Yes.
And then
pair of shoes, guys.
My big piece of advice for new attendees, if you're someone like me, completely extroverted and like makes plans on the moon, learn to say no very quickly. Like, just pretend that you can only get 1 or 2 projects done for next year, because you're going to meet people. You might get into collaboratives. You might want to work with all these groups and like do this and do that. You'll be like, yeah, I'll be part of this collaborative, this collaborative, this collaborative. And then you spread yourself too thin. It starts feeling like a job. You don't enjoy yourself as much, especially if you don't get everything done that you thought you would get to do. So learning to say no is a big one, because you might be overwhelmed with positive energy and think that like, I'm going to build so much next year. I'm going to work with all these people. And it just sometimes isn't really possible. Life gets in the way. Echo Buns and Baby, Eco Buns and Baby is here, staff member this year. She's going to be running our merch booth for our 2 merch workers when they're not available. She'll be helping out on the weekend, especially with the merch hours. Nicole, as you know, is differently abled, so she needs some rest, and so she's going to be doing Eco Buns will be giving Nicole breaks and then taking over for her during the private hours, so that we can people can keep buying that hot Brickworld merch. And Ben, I have to use the bathroom.
All right.
All right, if
Hey,
you can
you do
get
that.
up these comments because things are going well.
Yeah. Let's see here. I think the other thing to mention is that if you see Mark and I talking, give us 1 minute before you interrupt, if possible. But that's very hard because that always seems like a big challenge for me and Mark. We go there excited to see each other, and then we always get pulled away. I've got my kids. Mark's got Brickworld stuff. It's very, very difficult for us to even spend a minute together. So give us 1 minute, please. That's it. But then you can come and talk to us. Ask Mark a question if you need something. If you want to talk builds, whatever. Like I said, I'll be awkward about it sometimes, but I'll definitely still want to talk to you. Game Break says asking people their favorite Lego color is always a great icebreaker, and it's getting harder to choose a favorite Lego color because they just keep coming out with bangers. A couple years ago, it may have been easy, but now they got dark azure. They've got tomato soup, the reddish orange color. They've got light bright orange. They've got dark orange. They got so many great colors now that it'll be impossible to even answer that. Dawn says she's excited to see collaborations come together, or our collaborations. Collaborations are a hallmark of Brickworld 2. The first time you go, you might not be prepared for some of the enormity of the collaborations, and that's I think can also feel overwhelming sometimes, but it's also a lot of fun. And just know it wasn't one person that did that giant display. It took a lot of people, and takes a lot of coordination. If you want to coordinate a collaborative, be ready to do a lot of work.
Yeah.
Brickdead Build says he'll talk to you.
He definitely will. Yeah, Brickdead,
For the
very warm,
mustache
warm, outgoing, friendly.
for sure.
Drink caffeine, but also hydrate because caffeine is a diuretic.
It is.
VMAC Tech says creation area is full, but go ahead and drop in if you want. There
Yeah,
might be
check it
people
out.
who don't show up in last minute additions. Nick Sigsby says, I signed up to volunteer a few times. Thank you. Oh my gosh, great first time attending. Thank you. Already picked up quite a few events too. Good. Let's see.
Breeze on the collaborations. Let's see here.
Make time to rest. Yeah. Get some sleep.
Yeah, you can definitely go back to your room and decompress a
Yes,
bit.
I do.
Don't forget to do that.
Matthew Dell says everyone is invited to come to my panel on 3D printing and brick organizing. Nice. Let's see.
Interesting. EcoBuns Baby is going to give 20 seconds max. Perhaps that is to me saying that you should give Mark and I 1 minute to talk before you interrupt us.
Yeah,
But
right.
20 seconds max. All right.
So Matthew Dell says I keep having to 3D print more containers for all the colors. Moto says chrome or glow in the dark all the way. Did I wash my hands?
That's
Of
the other
course I
thing.
did.
I totally forgot. So if you're a first time attendee, the other thing that you're often not ready for is on Saturday night, we do a little something called World of Lights.
Mhm.
I don't know if other places or conventions do this.
I think they do now. Yeah.
Maybe they've come to do it. But after the public show is closed, and usually after you get some dinner and have a little time to decompress, when it gets to about 9-10 o'clock, all the lights get turned down. Sometimes
o'clock.
off is a bit of a struggle depending on safety
they'll
codes
be
and
off.
other things.
They'll be off completely.
But it becomes very dark in the hall, and lots of people, because they know of the tradition, bring lights for their mocks. Do not feel obligated to do it if you're a first-time attendee, but if you have a few minutes or the resources, or you're interested in doing it and you haven't packed all your stuff up for Brickworld yet, a very big highlight for a lot of people is seeing mocks in the dark.
Yeah.
With the cool lights on.
Bring a portable battery charger for your phone. Correct.
Yes, EcoBuns says World of Lights is a fave. So there you go. So yeah, people
VMAX Tech brings a hip flask in case things get rough. A lot of people do. Anytime that I'm over at the K-Lug Island, I always be over to talking with people. Awesome.
Yeah, lots of friendly folks.
Very much so.
It's a community. I think that's one of the other great aspects of
100%.
this, is it is a community.
Yeah.
So just remember that. Be kind to people, and they'll probably be kind to you. Lots of people who are going to be friendly and inviting. All right, so looks like Atlanta BrickCon does it as well. Yes, there might be a lot of places that do
several
it.
of them do. Yeah.
Yeah, it is definitely a thing.
Yeah.
And sometimes I don't participate every year. Sometimes I've got lots of lights, sometimes I don't. Just kind of depends on what I build, what I bring, and what we're doing.
Alphon Superson, I do believe all the islands. The islands are grouped by people who need power. I don't think there's any island that doesn't. However, if you requested power, you will get it. You do need to request it. We do need to have all the power drops in before we go to the show. We can't request them on site. We can, but they charge us like triple the amount, and each power drop is already $100. So for 1 5 amp drop. Anyway, table group island, we call them islands, and the safety officers are great if there's a problem. Yes, they are. Yes, thank you. I was talking about my security on Cool Hand Luke bricks on Cool Hang Luke's or Cool Hang Luke earlier. We do have a great security team there, and they're certainly there to help if you need anything. Did not request, was more for charging phone. No, because it costs for drop. Please find another way to charge your phone.
Power bank. Who threw that up there? I think it was
Ron did.
Buns.
Or EcoBuns. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So
it was a woman.
It's a good thing to bring. Hopefully everybody's USB-C now, so it's easier to find a phone charger. But
yeah,
who knows? There are lots of events. So if you just want to see things you can't see anywhere else, be prepared to go to those. There are competitions for events. And then there's just, some crazy fun things like the comedy show, the garage sale. There's just lots of things. Look at the event schedule and, feel like it's open to you to find something to do. There's always something going on. And go and do it. Meet a few people. If you're an introvert, sit in the back of the room if you want to and just take it in.
Totally agree. V Mac Attack, what makes you think it's $50,000 for Wi-Fi at the Renaissance? It's $130,000 for the week for Wi-Fi at the Renaissance, which is outside our profit margins, to be brutally honest about it. The one thing I will say is if you're coming from out of the country and you don't have a cell phone plan here, we do have a wireless network we run ourselves, that we run the box office, the scanners, and our own merch booth off of. We share that with the international attendees. So go to the merch booth if you need that code. Let's see. Wally says, have any insanely famous or recognizable people ever come to Brickworld? Oh God, not insanely famous. Wally,
famous
thanks
people
for
for sure.
Welcome as well. Miles Turner was there last year.
He probably unfortunately won't be there this year because
he's busy.
He's in the NBA Finals.
He certainly is.
The Indiana Pacers.
You're welcome. Thank you for asking. Gavin Stubing was there one year. The guy who played the captain of the Love Boat. Gavin McLeod, and he played Captain Stubing. Because there was somebody Robin Sather brought in the Love Boat. He built the Love Boat to minifig scale. B-52 showed up randomly one year is when I was late night coordinator. And so like the B-52's tour bus just pulled up and they said, we heard there was a Lego show here. So I met Fred. Oh God, I can't think of his name right now. Brain fog. See, I can't even think of the whoever.
B-52 Fred.
Yes.
That's one Fred and the two girls.
Cindy and God, what's the redhead's name? Either way, the girls stayed on the bus, but the lead singer came in. The drummer hit on me. That was awesome.
Awesome.
And then so we gave them a tour of the show.
Before you were married or
before
after?
I was married.
Right.
Before. Yeah. They left in the bus, so nothing happened that I could talk about. Had to sign an NDA. Who else has been there, Ben?
A Brazilian congressman, apparently, according to Echo Buns.
That's about it, though.
Plenty of influencers as well. We were disappointed last year that we missed Miles, but there are a lot of people who are into Lego, sports people in particular. I think a lot of them use it as downtime.
Yeah,
and so they occasionally are able to make it. Lots of Lego Masters, of course, as well, and then the people who do the comedy show. We had Lou in here earlier today. A few of them are true Lego fans as well.
Yeah.
So lots of different
I know
people who are not just Lego fans who do come to the show.
Rodrigo Blankenship wants to come as well. He's the former kicker for the Colts. He's talked to us a couple times about coming, and then he's like, "Oh, I'll talk to my publicist," and I'm like, No, just come if you want to come. Like, I'm not gonna pay for you to be there. Yeah, this should be on the website. We just updated the website, and the person who runs that has it in a Google Doc somewhere, and we removed the link. Pardon me. But it's the same as like a white elephant, basically. And if you find Gary Haas, he'll explain it to you very thoroughly before you go. It is fun. EcoBuds says, "Oh, yep, you got that one."
Yep. All right. Hopefully you'll recover. We didn't ask for bums, but VMAX says he was there. B52s is random. I guess I missed the Love Shack mock. I didn't see it either. We got M little OC. They were banging on the door, baby. We have Lego representatives. Oh, of course.
Yeah,
people
several
from Lego.
Yeah,
there are
the Ninjago
designers
group
that come. There will be, specifically some folks from Ninjago, because there's going to be the Monstrosity premiere.
Yeah.
And there are Lego designers and Lego house representatives that are going to be there.
Yep.
We personally know some of the designers who used to be AFOLs who came from the Lego community. Some of them have been to Brickworld before they were designers. A lot of them still come back.
True.
They'll talk to you too, of course. They might not be able to tell you any inside news, but they do like talking Lego.
And I'll also be doing a giveaway. They've got 300 make and takes, little sets. That's all I can say. For the Ninjago Monstrosity premiere. Show up. You got to stay till the end in order to get them. You'll be given a raffle ticket at the door, and then they'll call the winners at the end of the presentation. And they're excited about that. They're after the Ninjago Monstrosity premiere, which, if you don't know, is a spin-off series of Ninjago. It's geared towards adults. It's anime style. And the creator of the series, the head writer for the Ninjago series will be there. The George Lucas of Ninjago will be there as well. The set designer for the Legends series will give a presentation after the premiere. I think I just said that. And then the Bricklink Designer Program, as we said earlier, will be revealing Series 7 live on Saturday.
Series 8.
Damn it. Twice now. Series 8. I was all proud of myself too. I was like, 7. So, but
That's exactly what your face looked like when you said it too.
Good for me, man. Good thing I know what's going on my own show. In case anybody from Lego does see this, I don't think they will. But if they do, know that I have COVID and I have major brain fog right now.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I don't usually have to check my own Instagram to see what series of Bricklink would be revealed at my own show.
Yeah.
But this is a fun thing that's happening as well. And this is just a way to cover my coughing fit.
Oh boy!
Having fun back there?
Yes!
Look out for the drone!
We'll be fine.
Don't put off for tomorrow what can be done today.
I think we know what has to happen here.
That was fun. We should do that more often.
Nice. So we missed the deadline, of course, but that'll be happening this year at a red carpet event. So
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. First time we're making a big deal out of that
too. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They're really excited. The cinema coordinators are really excited about making the Brick Film Theater a bigger thing this year. So please stop by and check that out. Look, Copper Valley's here just as we're finishing up. You know, Ben, we were about to end before 3 hours for the first time in a very long time.
I know.
And then I asked the question that
talked
sparked
about
45 minutes of conversation.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to at Brickworld? And then we got into advice for first time attendees.
Right. I mean, it's crazy that, you said, hey, any celebrities there? We didn't even think about the Lego celebrities.
Right. Of course,
to us, they're just part of the community, right?
Season after season of Lego Masters. Yeah.
Yeah. And people who work for Lego. We know so many people who have come through the show who now work there or have been attendees.
Lego Master Jamie came several years in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of people.
He used to always come to the show as a rep for Lego, but
Right. I'm
he
sure
really
he
enjoyed
loved
the
it.
show. He's from the area.
Yeah.
All right.
But anyway, so if we were going to end before 3 hours and then we didn't, Mark, I have a question for you.
Do I think it was a mistake?
Do you think it was a mistake, Mark?
No, I think it was a happy accident.
Yeah. Everybody, safe travels. Get to the show safely. Travel safely. It would be a mistake to not travel safely. But for the rest of everything else out there, for the Lego artistry, for what you do at Brickworld, for how you make it your own, there are no mistakes. There are only happy accidents. So says our hero, Bob Ross, Mr. Happy Tree, Mr. Peapad's dad, the dearly departed, our friend, our mentor, Mr. Bob Ross. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. Love you very much. See you this week.
Ben and Mark made a new best friend when Jazzy Viking Bridge joined the team. Said she likes Lego and Animal Crossing too. Makes amazing comments all the way through. She makes them laugh, lights up the chat, making fun comments until the show is wrapped. Then why did Mark Banner like a total effing jerk and delete all the comments like an evil effing jerk? Mark and Jazzy Viking Bricks like a total effing jerk. What the F is wrong with him? That total effing jerk.
I think I just accidentally banned somebody. Jazzy Viking Bricks was banned? No. Their comments were removed? Jesus.
How do you unban somebody?
I don't know. I don't know. Crap.
How'd you do that?
I don't know.
Seriously?
What the hell just happened? Oh my god. This is terrible. This is so... How did this happen?
This is the worst thing we've done.
God. Yo, I don't even know how... I don't know.
Poor Jazzy.
And we love her.
Mark tried to impress her by choosing Series 9. She voiced her opinion, and Mark fell in line. His face lights up when she shows up. Loves every comment, bringing each one up. Then why did Mark Banner like it's total effing jerk and delete all the comments like an evil effing jerk? Mark said why we do this like total effing jerks. Then said you got weed, you total effing jerk.
And then barf in the bad way that we...
Can you please stop saying we banter? I don't want to hear that again.
Mark and Jazzy Viking Bricks like total effing jerk. What the F is wrong with him? That's total effing jerk. That total effing jerk. That total effing jerk. That's